you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can come extra deep. We'll talk about it. Don't go changing Subbergay. Top of the morning. Nonya. Good morning. It's quite early, so it should be quite, late there. Or, you know what I'm saying? Empathic Empress. Bella. How are you this fine day? So this is Monday morning. Sorry. Whenever one of my cats comes to find me, I'm like, it's like cats are like exotic creatures. If you spot one in your house, you're like, a cat sighting. Good morning, Nanya. Dragonfly. Mimi. Good morning. So today's the 19th. Tomorrow the 20th. Everything's really good, but it gets really good. All the planets are in like just 4 star signs from tomorrow. I should learn with this. I'll learn the story better, so I'll mumble about it. Good morning, empathic. Christian, please, you got it. Are you able to pick up the name or the initial of my twin flame? Yes. It's behind a paywall. I'm just kidding. It's a vowel. It's an A. But I wouldn't. It's a twin flame, but it's also, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean by that? I'm going to be cynical, but not really. Like, if you go, that's a train on the horizon. It's like, yeah, it is a train, but it's also a bunch of metal. Meaning there are twin aspects that are more you aligned. But the whole thing of, like, you being split in half. That's not the case. Radar! I'm hoping Radar would rock up. I'm wearing my Radar t-shirt. The one that says Top Gehifter, because I typo. Ding dang. A ding dang. Sup, bro? Good morning, Radar. Mimi, thank you so much, bro. Shuffle those roses. I like roses. I like rose water. As in Turkish Delight. Is that Narcoleptic Gardener? I just finished planting your My what? Your tulips. Keeps falling asleep. I've been downloading with important twin mission for my guest. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, it is. But your guides are using that theme on purpose so that to bring you into focus. You relative to reality. And even empathic empress. I'm talking about you. You know the girl? You're a girl. You go like this. That isn't you. That being, that girl that you embody, what she considers inside herself and outside herself, psychologically, are mirrors. So she is equal to the whole world she's in. She's equal to the whole world she's in. And the whole world is equal to her. And it's your job to see the balance in that, not to identify with her or the world. That's transcendence. That's your God, your spirit. You're not the empathic princess. And her personality is a multidimensional collapsing of everyone else simultaneously. Everyone else individually is everyone else folded and collapsed into a humanoid. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can find that balance, you can see through creation and you know everything. Everything is built on that twin. You and your reality is your twin. And your guides are doing that. They want to make you obsessed about your twin flame. So you start looking for the things you think on the inside, you can look for on the outside. Sup, Kundalini! Kundalini, I got a notification this morning saying like, congratulations, and then Kundalini. I think you've given me 7. It had registered 7 there. seven fireworks. And good morning, Kundalini. Hello. Thanks for the roses, empathic. Exactly like that. See me, listen, empathic. Your higher self, the part of you that's me, that isn't this. I mean, I say me, I don't mean this guy. I mean me, the real me, in between the space. Anyway, listen. So the 6 roses is you saying you agree, because if you close your eyes like this really tight, it feels like there's white emanations. Have you seen those? Haven't you? That's a rose. Technically, that's a rose pattern, and so technically the 6th rose is the 3rd eye. So eventually you start to actually communicate more than what the beings are trying to communicate. More than what they're saying. There's multi-dimensional sacred geometry ley lines in all the themes. The themes and their sequencing. DBC and good morning. I think I said it out loud yet. Hello. But if you're wondering if there's now my brain's scanning, AI scanning your universe, empathic. I'm like, there are three potential twin flames in your neighborhood. You know, three individuals who would fit into what you would define as a twin flame. Complementary in what your interests are. Interests and the way you size up stuff. They do it the same. The one has a ponytail, plays a didgeridoo. Two roads over, number 17, just knock on the door and say God sent you. And this is accurate, eh? This is quantum. I'm just looking through the quantum universe. And I swear, for the last month or so, you feel like you're making it up, but it's accurate every time. So uncanny accurate. The one lady with the Saint Bernard, that really freaked me out. God, there's something collapsing in timelines or something. Things seem intense today. It's the last. Tomorrow, progress is all our planets are in 4 houses. So today is the last of any of that. But yes. People are not carrying around giant false narratives anymore. I'm getting 70% of the planet knows they're in. What I'm trying to explain to empathic now, that it's me, not me, but it's my perception points, which is the being I am, and then the reality, and reality is equal to me right now. And reality and the beings are going, what next, kind of thing. So things are, remember, it took a lot of energy for me to go, yes, and then my neighbor wants me to go down the road, and then hopefully I get the money, and then I can tell that my country, that my government, you know, all that nonsense bullshit. That's really just me going, my relationship with myself is at a right angle because I said to myself that I didn't know that I wasn't me, that I wasn't me. That's what we used to do. Now it doesn't happen because of golden age. So individuals are going, there's no agenda, there's no sequencing, there's just eternal now. Looking at yourself, going, what's next? What do you have to say to me, universe? That kind of thing. People are ascending, basically, left, right, and center. And ascending just means you'll still see them, but they know they're you. And they know what they vibrate faster than the manifestation. So before creation exists the way you're experiencing it, they felt it coming into being. They exist outside of time and space, technically. I wrote the whole name down 3 months ago. What was there at A? He lives in another state. Oh my God, the one with the, like you said, literally has a ponytail. Yeah, I'm picking up on him. Asking he plays the didgeridoo. And I say, so you say different state. I laugh, it's 2 states. How many states away? You must say 2 roads. Number 17. I swear you take, interstate 17 from your state to his state, and I bet you it's 2 states across that way. So you live more west. Yeah, you live more west than he does. Am I right? Oh, is it down? Oh, he wrote it down. Tell me. He's in Texas. I'm in North Carolina. So you're more west. If I was an owl, I'd spin my head right around. I'd be, oh, that's what I meant, west. You're west, because I'm in the southern hemisphere. So I'm looking up at you. Yeah, it is still west. Now I'm wrong. I'm still upside down. I know you're in Texas, he's in North Carolina, so he's actually more to the east, up east. Anyway, so I was wrong. Unless I'm an owl and my head was upside down. And that happens. Half the time I'll be like, listen, I'm getting a premonition. Throw your net over the right side of the boat. And then you do it and you get nothing. And then I'm like, oh wait, hold on. Which way is the sun facing? And you're like, no, sun facing that. Oh, I mean, left side of the boat. Oh, no, don't throw the net over the boat. You know, I miscalculated. Now that I've calculated properly, oh shit, get out of the boat, run. It's like, what did you figure out? I don't know. So it's fun to be wrong when you're psychic. Could you imagine being right all the, yeah, exactly, starboard port. Throw it over the starboard port. It's like, which one? That's left, right. That's right, left. I thought for sure it was the man that lived. It might be down the street. Go find if he stays. JB, go see if he stays at number 17. So the being wrong part half the time is so nice because you have to keep a sense of humor. Because a lot of times being wrong, there's a deeper right in it and a deeper truth in it. The actual pattern of the wrong is right. Just like your lies aren't lies. They're truths about greater truths. Some truths you can only lie. And the other person has to have discernment. Crystal! Good morning. Hope you're having a stunning Planck length. You know, quantum particles, a Planck length. It's the base unit of measurement. I think time is used against it. It would be, because speed of light relative to Planck lengths. I think we see in a mirror that we are. I'm directionally challenged. Because there's actually like 10, once you understand how spirit works and how macro, micro expansion, or there's actually 10 directions. It's weird. There's 10 directions of time, space. Boozer! Top of the finest morning to you. Yeah, and also wrong so you can pretend to be humble. People are like, look how humble he is. How humble he is. Now, I found out a long time ago when I'm wrong, in that wrong, I'm still mirroring the world. You can see that, it's 7th dimensional. And every human is that. So once you figure this out, you stop condemning. There's no need. You get same difference in reality. You get mirrored systems that are different, but they're energetically proportional. You are always energetically proportional to your world and vice versa. Which means, and that's a unity field. I promise you, when you start focusing on only that, perfection starts to get pulled out and manifestation happens because the universe is just you. Really you, nothing else. So it's like, if I want something, I have it, right? So in other words, if I want something now, the me 2-3 days ago will set up the sequence and then it'll start coming to me. And I can open my door right now and it's sitting there. Because remember, you've got parallels. You've got parallel timelines to play with. So like, in other words, if a ball had to roll down a road, hit a thing, knock onto a thing, did a thing, roll around, then a car hits it, and then it lands in your lap, you've got parallel universes that you can use, like foosball. You can pull other universes around and up and down. And now you can go, I'm not even going to do that. Universe, do the workings for me. Just bring me my freaking thing. And the universe will eventually go, okay, cool, right, yeah, have whatever you want. It's always been that. But we've got these affirmations of, because we were born into a reality that's sin, forgets it's God. And so we've got these affirmations of, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. In other words, reality's dumb, people are stupid, people are corrupt. These truths that are truthful. Governments are corrupt, right? Not. Relative to one's own relationship with your thing, it's the same. So now instead of cursing, you're blessing. I promise you. Then you come into alignment, and you get more abundance, 0 point, and then you're in the golden age, and you're manifesting like a freaking maestro. This is getting handed to us, because we're not in an age that makes you naturally collapse and create shadow selves that you stand in judgment of. We're in golden age. It's handed to us. I say handed to us because a lot of you guys have put this effort in. And now we're in the golden age. Now it's handed to us. But we would have put the effort in to jump timelines to the golden age. But that's the thing. 10 things to the angle. It's the same empathic. It is. Yeah, it's 10. It's 10. It's 10. So you and I don't have direct story themes that are connected. But the energy is this. It's the same being, basically. It's the same being. Like you wonder how many stories are removed before you don't identify with someone. But then it's still that someone. It's actually fascinating to look into my mom's energy or slash your energy when we became relevant to each other. And funny enough, empathic, we became relevant to each other when what you needed, the world needed, then I manifested as that for my mom, not for you. But then the world mirrored me and became what you needed. It's all happening simultaneously. And the world hasn't done that yet. In the next 2 years, empathic, it unfolds into what you think you need. The reality becomes your twin flame. It's hectic. As in empathic, I'm getting some information, and then it's like, about you, but it's more private. Yeah, someone just kissed me on the cheek. I'm daydreaming. I love you! I can tell I really want to know the name of one of my guides, so I can call them by the name. There's a Charles. Oh, that's weird. Charles or a Charlie. Hey Garth, can you tell me when my reading will be? Boozer, yeah, no problem. There we go. Monica! Yesterday I was like, Monica. Remember her name. Remember Boozer's Monica. So I could say, Monica, when you arrive. Dang it, yes. So it's in the beginning of March. Like on the second day or third day.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Sup, Rick? Hello. Sup, Dripping Daisies? Something was trying to communicate. Make a note. Okay, cool. So there it is. Thank you. Gold rain, that's what I was going for. Gold water pouring down. That is so funny. Daniela, and good morning. Thank you, Kundalini. Thank you very much. Make a wish. Tripping daisies, Mel. There it is, empathic. Yay! Empathic, I like it when spirit doesn't mess me around. Because where would I get that from? I can't make this shit up. You know, someone said in my thing, God, you're making these channelings up and you feel guilty. I'm like, it's impossible. Like, guys, as the guy, I'm Garth, I'm a man, a dude, I walk around, I drink stuff, I get tired. You know that guy? Let's pretend for a second, everything is a performance. I'm an actor and everything is bullshit. I read a lot of books and then I'll make up shit. And I pretend all this stuff, and I pretend to be a hippie Christian, new age psychic, and then I make up bullshit about guides. Pretend, just for a second, that's what's happening. It's impossible, okay? Like, oh, Charles. Like, God, make up a name, and let's see if it's accurate. Like, the one lady, I got a St. Bernard. You know how weird it is to tell someone they got a St. Bernard for a spirit guide? You try to tell someone they got a spirit guide Bernard. And I have to say it because that's what I get. And I say it and then they're like, oh my gosh, my dog growing up was a St. Bernard freaking cross thingy. But you look like a St. Bernard. And I'm here, my little human. You know, the human meat puppet that's got no spirit in it and doesn't know God. Thinks God lives outside. I'm going, what the fuck? Inside myself. But externally, I'm like, that's no problem. If you'd like to book a reading, that's freaking hectic, guys. Come on, man. I know you guys are all convinced, but there's other people that are like cynical about it. You have to have a hell of imagination, but how do you get the imagination to be so accurate? You know? Because God loves me, and God's like, listen, God, just guess, and I'll change details. Just make it up. Say they got a plastic cup for a spirit guide. God's like, fucking, you used to have a camel, but I'm going to swap it out for a plastic cup. And the person's like, oh, I got a plastic cup for a spirit guide. God, you're good. I'm like, God, stop fucking with their memories. And God's like, God, you got this, bro. You Mr. Psychic Man, Mr. Magic Man. And that's what I love about it. Take all of what it is, and then you go take the Mickey out of all of what it is. Because then technically I'm actually the Godhead playing a fool. I always thought to myself, if I was going to be an ascended master, wouldn't it be nice to be a fool? The actual God embodied, but an idiot. That makes me so happy. It's like, is God real? Well, it must be, because he can choose to be an idiot. And with all the magic powers and abilities. What signs and Barbara, sup? If you guys need if you need your resources organized, Barbara and Roger, spot in the sky every time. I couldn't possibly better, unless God's swapping shit out, like I said. That's how it works. Shh, don't tell anybody, Kundalini. I have a suspicion it is how it works. God's like, okay, hold on. God's got this backpack full of random variables in case I say something. Here's a notepad. God, look, okay, put that there, put that back. Push play on reality again. Push pause. Move objects around. Wipe memories. It's a mission, eh? It's a freaking mission. But your Kundalini, it's a possibility as well that I jump to the reality where I'm always right because I believe I am God dreaming my life. And if I am God dreaming my life, how do I facilitate that? Oh, I'm encountering parallel selves. Why am I encountering certain parallel selves? Because that's what facilitates my dream with myself. So therefore, once I know that, I can choose to believe anything and the dream will have to comply. Oh, that's okay. I don't care if that's what it is. I'm still, and I can. If anyone has a problem with this, speak now. It's like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be quiet. Speak now. Okay, guys, up, down, up, A, B, up, down. In other words, you cannot cheat reality. Just believe it's you and everything is you mirrored. And if you expect that, then whatever you hold true will be there mirroring you. The facilitation of that is just quantum mechanics. That you don't need to know how it works. Just know that God will dream you. You're dreaming you. Balance at 0 point. Hold it true, it manifests. So I can like go, hey, you got a lot of money coming your way. And like in my mind, I'm like, no, uncle's on dropping cash in, lotto by accident. And then that person's going to go 2 days later, oh my God, dude, I won $1 million. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, actual human wouldn't care. Because it's like, whatever, this place is all just a dream. I own the atoms. I mean, there's only so much joy you can get out of a moment. There's nothing you can't facilitate at that point. So you stop desiring stuff as a habit. Start to just want to commune with your greater spirit. The information our higher self wants out. Rad, sup, Roger? Barbara and Bree. Bree's in for an experience, hey guys. Like with her, I just get nervous. Like, great things can be overwhelming. Really, everyone here, pretend right now your government said, sorry, we spied on you for 10 years. Here is $1 billion US. You think, oh, right, no, you get heart palpitations, and then you got to start thinking which family members get the money, and it's great, it's fun, yes, but trust me, good things too much, too quickly, it can overwhelm you as a being. It can overwhelm you. And her Breeze thing, her thing, the potentials that I can see where, opening up for Taylor Swift, and then becomes her own, she gets her own hyper fan base. People resonate with her because she's just switched on her. And to have it in countries, the biggest growing genre right now. 3 years from now, a year from now, country's like 2 to 3 times bigger than it is right now. So she will literally grow with that surge in a sense. So I thought we just felt like her, but we have. Oh really? No ways. And the tooth fairy? Well, is tooth fairy there with you? Is COVID in the room with you now? Is it looking at you? Did it bring presents for all the good boys and girls? Tell it to tell the Holy Spirit I say hello. Yes, DVC, yes. That's it's etherical alignment taking place. Think of it like a spiritual lightning, and then that lightning creates thunder, and that sound of that spiritual thunder is aligning everything. Is the Easter Bunny there with you? Oh, hectic. Sneeze in its face and be like, you got the COVID now. You're going to have to get quadruple vaxxed for no effect. And the rabbit's like, does it stop transmission? No. Do I get to keep my job as an Easter Bunny? Yes, maybe. We're still going to freeze your bank account, you good for nothing rabbit. Move the truck! That's the overwhelming feeling I felt the other day. It's that feeling that last day of school, second last day, and the school's, your work's done, exams are done. You're not there for any real reason. You're just hanging out. So it's a sense of holidays already. It only has a gift of phlegm. It's all it does. It doesn't really do anything. But how do you know it's that? Did you actually go taste it and they go, oh, it's that? Or are you sure it's the same strain of flu that escaped the Wuhan lab? You're like, yeah, it's the same strain that escaped the Wuhan. How do you know that? You know what I mean? Are they actually testing for that still? Oh, testing for the COVID. Yeah, they took their chance, okay? They took their chance to cull the planet. It didn't work. Now stop it. You know? It's like, no. COVID. It's embarrassing. It's like, why are you dragging my lawn furniture around my back garden? Oh, we're not stealing it. Yes, you are. You're caught red-handed. Like, I feel calmly enthusiastic. Exactly that. Not getting jabbed for a rabbit on anyone. Exactly. Or a rabbit or anybody. You're funny. Like, zoom out. That's what I'm talking about. My wife's thing. You mean the bats? Oh, no, it wasn't. See, that's the thing. So you see how so it's official now that it was a Wuhan lab leak. That's not even in dispute anymore. But they drip fed us that information like now. It was a Wuhan lab thing. That's why they already had a vaccine going, because they already started developing it. The wet market was just there's a noise in the bush. It was purely that. There's emails with Fauci and Zuckerberg saying, listen, we can make it so that it's the wet market story. No, that's why I'm saying humans are like asking to be culled. The fact that you don't care, that the average human is, but I suppose you can't, it's heavy. Meaning reality actually, it's the way we think, guys. Some people can't. Reality is a heavy thing, and I gotta go to work tomorrow, and our kids in trouble at school again. I can't. What wet market? COVID was a long time ago. Leave me alone. That kind of thing. It's just too much. You know what religion God lives outside of you, inside. Some people are there. They don't. They haven't got the psychological capacity. So whatever. Crystal, what's your star sign again? That's a great word. Is it ongong? Ongong. That's a rare. What language is that? Bigger perspective, exactly. How do you know about that, Boozer? How do you know I wanted to do a Buddha with horns, Jägermeister horns, potentially. Maybe I spoke about it already. What was your name, Rick? Why did I follow you? Distraction tactics. Yeah, exactly. There we go, Danielle. Is there more information? So it was actually in a lab in the States and then was released. Oh, so it's from a lab in the States and then taken to Wuhan and released by accident. It was an accident though. It was a direct, what's his name? I even said so, man. 2020, man. They've been talking about forever, man. The spiritual conspiracy theorists talking about the way that we were going to get killed. They're going to get us down to 500,000 humans. Or we are, I think 500,000. Then humans got all uppity. And somebody, I'm not saying who, swapped all the vaccines out with placebos. Who could do that? You got to be some kind of a god to pull off that kind of shit. You must have like quantum teleportation. You got to have the calculation of a fucking quantum computer, and sense of humor of a genius, and a freaking charismatic smile, and a cool attitude, and the willingness to pat yourself on the back in public. I don't know who could be responsible. Are you telling me that everybody who suffered and are in other parallel timelines and that everybody's okay? Yes. Kira. See, Kundalini, that's what when I did your reading. Right? That's what I was trying to encourage, that you connect. Because now now listen to me, Kundalini. Do you see? That's not you. That's not you giggling at yourself for trying to give a name and an identity to what is technically your own unity consciousness spirit, name separate. Your guides are trying to bring you back to God consciousness, therefore they're trying to unity you, not separate you, therefore their names are backs. That's their intelligence that they now held and it resonated with you. You didn't generate that. You see why it's not made up, it's freaking real. So when you work with your guides, they give you lots of that. You can write books, just talk to your guides for now and write a book. Because the average human is not going to walk around with that level of intelligence. It's quite truth. It's absolute quantum truth. It's what it is, what it is. Bree, let's go. That's 88. Oh, 88. That's the record. CRISP is wild and can cure everything, but money wins. Oh, CRISPR. CRISPR is the genetic thing, isn't it? I was hated by everyone for so long. I think I trusted myself. Okay, Rick, brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely, Brie. Absolutely. Exciting here, Brie. I was just talking about you now, and just saying, Brie, your only thing now is just deal with the fame. Good luck. You know what I mean? Like, it's hectic. I'm not making you nervous, but that's all that it is. It's not like, 90% of people think fame or get the money and that's what they're going for. But that in itself is its own thing to you've been working towards this point more for that, to be able to handle that, Country music's the biggest growing genre. I see you opening for other artists. I know it's corny, but Taylor Swift just happens to be somebody she's gonna like your music and want you opening for her and stuff. Even though she's not typical country anymore. Oh, and Beyonce's just gonna release her country album soon. I'm so excited, guys, because now we get to hang out with Brie before she's like absolute celebrity. I think maybe they used it in developing a vaccine. No, they already October before COVID was released. We're already doing vaccines for COVID. Rad, Mel, enjoy. grew up surfing here. I grew up in Muizenberg. It's like the second best like beach on the planet to learn to surf. There's a dude with a goatee and a black cowboy hat. Run. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What, do you want like a passion? Do you want passion or, like, or do you want boring boredom? Because there's another dude. He's a little older, like 47 years old. You meet him in one of the studios. How do I act? This is amazing. And this is me going 7th dimensional Akashic. So if you want more information, you have to say, I want more information. Otherwise, it's hard. You guys are not, you don't understand, you're actually talking to God right now. And I can actually tell you what actually can happen in your life and what actual paths encounter certain characters. And all those characters are still you. Just they're positioned in different places based on, if you don't take certain subtle signs, you end up in a place and you meet one of the characters who is that. And if you do take certain signs, you end up in another place, and then that person is those signs incorporated. And if you could see that over pattern, life's actually quite straightforward and very complicated. It exists with degrees of opposite. And I suppose Isaac Newton could see this. And then he just went and said, yeah, it's called calculus, you stupid. I'm like, oh, So, and I'm being serious, Bree, the guy with the black cowboy hat, great, Bree, break your heart. But then 3 months later, Bree, you laugh, because he didn't break your heart, you broke your heart. There was an aspect of yourself, Bree, that even you weren't looking after. And I'm sorry to say that. And then that part of you, you'll laugh, because when you laugh, you realize you weren't looking after it, and then from then on, you look after it. And you take full responsibility. There is no guy who hurt you or didn't hurt you. You're at that adept level. You're having a relationship with your polarized self. So when you meet the guy, it's you polarized. And then you have a relationship with yourself. You freeze and you polarize and you relate you know what I mean? So when I say yourself, you've got superstructures and super belief systems around reality. It'll be embodied in that person. So things you would never look at in yourself or out around yourself, it will be in your face 24/7. That's what a relationship is. A karmic lesson, a better self-maintenance. Then there's another guy with whiter hair, the 47-year-old. He's quiet and nice, and your personality absorbs his even-keeledness if you end up in a relationship with that dude. Okay, it's kind of like a 10, 11-year relationship. You potentially can have kids with that dude. But you don't necessarily. It's a career story. Your dog's good enough. Don't have kids. Unless you want kids, in which case go have them, I guess. I'm not Bree. I'm sitting in your world as if I'm you. I'm not, it's not not advice for you. It's me if I was Bree, basically. I'd go for the lighter haired dude. Nice even keel thing. I'd absorb his thingy and I would focus just on my career. And then with all the money you're going to be making, just get into animal everything. Sponsor all the shelters, animal rescue. But that's me literally possessing you and taking over your life and what I would do if I was in your position. Tell me of my future. No, Bella, I shouldn't even be talking to Brie about her future like this. This is actually, Brie never said yes. So when I do guiding readings, it's 6th dimensional and below. I don't go 7th Akashic and 8th Akashic. It's very private. The actual human, the God that's dreaming a human experience. I'm trespassing there. Your actual human wants to fall in love. It wants to meet the guy in the studio and go, I have a feeling, but I don't know why. Now you meet him and you're like, oh, it's this guy. The one that Garth told me about, kind of thing. Yeah. Assuming life is supposed to be had that way. Maybe life is supposed to be lived where we've got the map. It's like, I know if we go this way. Like if you're playing a dungeon game, you'd be like, okay, cool, if we go there's some things to get. If I go here, if I stay in this job for another 6 months. I suppose if you had access to those maps, you'd use them, right? I have access to those maps. But then you also feel like it's rigging reality. No, I don't think that. Fuck reality. It's a demonic possession. Reality is the demonic possession. Forget what you do with it or don't do with it. Don't go to pound. Yeah, if you don't want kids. Dogs, yeah. Oh, don't go to the pound if you don't want. Oh, God, you end up adopting straight away. Animals run my life, but they're the best, Boozer. He's been bringing. I want to hear about this guy that's hard to read. I was going to ask you about that. Brie, about who writes your music. Because the right people have been brought to you, because your music's, I'm not going to break it down, but your music's got if humans needed 7 things dealt with sequentially, your music's doing that. It's actually a love song to the self. Your music actually works better as a singularity. Pretend each of your songs is you singing to yourself. I listen to like that and I'm like, whoa, pretty good stuff. Because not just that you could be singing the right or the wrong thing, sometimes a pattern that one needs to hear, that pattern's in your music. But that's because of your 5, what's his names? You've got 5 lady music ancestors who we needed, at the time, culture needed their intelligence. And they never externalized it. And so now it's getting externalized via your music. All 5 of them. Now, I know, Brie, it's the dart where you throw as hard as you can into a field and there happens to be a dartboard and oh my God, it landed in the bullseye. You're going to feel like Drake, Brie. You're going to feel like you've got this computer that can read humans and you know what music they need. It's going to feel like that. Drake's like that. Although I think he does actually have a machine that does that. 100%, Barbara. I try and encourage that, and the guides in every single channeling say, meditate, make contact. It'll feel like you're making it up at first. But the information will be intelligent, and it's not something you're inclined to make up. That's how you know it's real. It's the best. It's the best. To know that non-physical reality is bigger than physical reality, and that when you master non-physical reality, you literally get to create the spell that manifests reality. And the more you do this, then the more magic, more potency, more excitement, and the whole thing. From an impersonal energy point of view, the system is designed to A, build your psyche, your sentience, and B, educate you. So I look at it like my own design, as if I was God or Brahm, which is what you would call the being that made that. I'm like, you're absolute genius! You made something out of nothing, and it educates and self-creates and perpetuates. Bree's music is so good. That's the thing as well, Bree's music, your music is so good. Like it's you're as good as good. You're as good as anything. Like who's now number 1 on the country top 10? Like I could slip your music there and put one of your songs at number 2 and people would be like, okay. They would be like, who's this? This isn't, it would be like, yeah, it's supposed to be here. That kind of thing. Magic is what it is. It is what it is. If a person needs to be tapped like 4 times, tap, 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 to align their system so that they then realize that they are magic, that's all you're doing. It's actually tapping things into a magic alignment, more that than actually making, miracles, magic, heaven, all the things that we want are actually the way it is. If we can get out of the way, / align. God's a lazy piece of shit. I know because I designed it this way. It's not what you do, it's what you realize. Perspective alignment. Yeah, it is real. My guides tell me stuff I couldn't make up. Exactly. Have you ever watched Dispatches from Elsewhere? No. Absolutely, Brie. And thanks, Brie. Like, I remember I was at a fair with my crystal ball, and a little 14-year-old girl named, Taylor Swift. She's like, would you do my fortune for me? And I was like, wow, you've got quite a big career ahead of you according to the crystal. Like, it feels like that, Brie. Like, oh, look, a young Freddie Mercury walked into my psychic parlor and said, will I ever become a famous singer? I'm like, I don't know. Another one bites the dust. Little Freddie. It's the same thing. I'm sure there's famous people who've gone for readings before they became famous. And it's not about the fame, Brie, I know that. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's about showing the Wilson sisters you got value. You're like, who are the Wilson sisters? I know you know who they are. I just like that you have some random side. You got some side random vendetta against the Wilson sisters. You're like, I'm going to show them. They peaked at number 6. I'm going to peak at 5. Let them know. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, no, the Wilson sister's daughters were in my school. They used to bully me. Like, oh, okay. Because that's, well, I'm making this shit up now, but that's how the average person karma looks. There was a person that said a thing that did a thing, and I'm offended, and I'm never going to know it's all me because I will refuse to look into it. That's the few people who have got karma still that can't see it, they're there. It's quite fun and funny because we all do that to some degree. So even the enlightened people can work with them while working with themselves simultaneously. And then take it and have fun, laugh, you know. Take it lightly. Levity. You're from Toronto. So just like, what's his name? Bree? Just like Drake. You're just like Drake. Exactly like Drake. So who's the best ever? Garth Brooks, right? So then, yeah. Because have you shared your creations on the pages yet? I got friends in low places. Dolly Parton's fantastic. She would be the best, eh? No, but Dolly Parton's like next level. Like anyone who works for her is looked after, and she's the kind of boss who'll like go, so, what are your hopes and aspirations? Where do you see yourself? Would you like a scholarship? Dolly Parton's fantastic. But that one song of hers, it like 2 years ago it caught and it became my favorite song for a bit. There you go again. Then you ever have the right to. 'Cause there you go again. Love that song. Willie Nelson's fantastic. Waylon Jennings, never heard of that. Really, Barbara? Wow. Sorry, Bob, I'm just actually, if you don't mind, I'm just going to access his thing quickly. Brett! That's a record! Let's go! This is a thing now. So that's a Barbara. Do you mind if I do? I want to see what he's up to. I want to see where the soul went after that. He was 14 and he passed away. Well, you go, there you go. Do smiling. And there go my defenses. There you go again. Crazy, eh? That must have been a time, eh? I said to my wife the other day, like, everyone gets cynical about like Hollywood and stuff. But imagine it's 1979. You just finished studying at an acting school. You get cast into a thing. It's the young Dreyfus, and you get your first movie, and you and a couple of young acting students do a movie called Close Encounters with a young director called Mr. Steven Spielberg. He's got a couple of good movies coming out. Imagine being a part of that. And then it's like, it's 1985 and you got cast in a new movie and blockbusters are getting bigger than ever, to actually be part of an industry. Like, I was there when The Who walked on stage at Woodstock. People get cynical about big industry and great things, but it's to be a part of a time and a place and a magic. Was he 17? That's fascinating, because the number 14 and the number 17, we're veiled by it, meaning we don't see that it's all self, which is obviously the fourth dimensional tesseract and the seventh dimensional color notes. Okay, so he was... I'm going to listen to Bree now. She's good, eh? But it's good, it's good. Bree's good. She's there. Like, the production quality, everything. Photos, everything. It's 100%. I'm trying to go now, listen, if you knew, I'm trying to get Bree to agree something, to agree, I'm like, hey, Bree, if you can sell da-da-da records in the first year of da-da-da, then you need You need to hire like a shaman to accompany you on tour, to clean the energy and tell you who the bad people are. Basically try and get myself into her contract now before she's like actually realizes how big she's going to be. She's like, yeah, sure, ha ha ha, you can be my da da da. You get the person to agree to it now, and then I'll download the live, because then I'll have it on record. Exactly, Barbara, and it happens now. It's rapid. Each day, I was showing yesterday in a meditation. Each day, it's speeding up. It's exponential. Today, more people go "Boo" than yesterday. I would say from tomorrow, assume everybody's awake, and then look at everyone like, you know what I mean. From tomorrow, just assume everyone's awake, and if you don't, then you're going to be the one projecting them disappointed with you, so they will seem not awake because they're disappointed for not expecting the best of them. Energy can read itself now. It's like, I know you weren't expecting the best of me. I'm disappointed, and then my disappointment will look like what you thought I was. It'll coincide. Rad, I want to, Bree. Just for the fun of the thing of like, walking like this. You can be your personal guru. Let's do that. No, Bree, for reals though. Just for the fun of it, I'll make a thing out of it. You give me more value than I have. She's like, sorry, but Garth doesn't want you in the trailer. Can you please get out? I'm like, I'm the drummer. And she's like, I'm sorry, drummer. You got to get out. And then I'm like, and then when he looks at me, I'm like, and then when you look at me, I'm like, I don't know why he's like that. And then he looks at you, and you look at him, and I'm like, and then he's like, he's just as up. I'm like, I didn't, breathe. and then I jump into your arms, and then you hold me, and you go, it's okay, Garth, it's okay. Talk to Garth like that. and then you carry me, gently put me into my trailer. I'm like, basically, I'm just a prima donna. And just the idea of, getting between you and those who would control you. It's just an act. The whole thing is an act. Because you're going to have agents, and then the guy with the black cowboy hat trying to tell you that, that Garth doesn't, you don't need, why do you have him on tour with you? Because he wants to control you. And you and I know everyone is going to want to control you. So we just have fun with them. We mess with them. They're like, listen, I have to ask Garth what he thinks. Listen, sign this new contract, Brie, and you can, 10-year contract, go on tour. You're like, I don't know if we should. Garth warned me about a black cowboy hat man. You should no, seriously, Brie. Like, when you meet the black cowboy hat man, just use him. Because now you know what he's about. You know he's no good. So you could just be like, listen, I know you're no good. But I happen to be requiring no good right now, so... I think the 47-year-old is a sweetheart. He really is wonderful. Wait until you meet the guy with the white hair, who's 47, who's sweet and quiet and even-keeled. And at first you're like, a bit boring, I need spice. But then you realize, wait, do I really though? You might have met him already. Yeah. Basically, I'm being such a narcissistic, selfish piece of shit right now, Brie. If I was you, him, everyone in this whole story, that's the relationship I'd want to be in. And playing you or him, I don't care. Because between the two of you, and you... I'm gonna ruin it. I don't care. I'm ruining it now. You end up with 3 kids in this giant fuck-off house. In Nashville somewhere. It's big, eh? We're talking like the far garden. You gotta go far to the... The kids usually just take one of the golf carts to play tennis. I can see your whole family right now. The youngest kid's 2, and then older ones are like, there's a gap of like 4 years, and the other 2 are close. And the one kid's swinging the tennis racket around with both its hands. And he's old, eh? But it's fine. We grow older longer. He's still gonna look the same when he's 67. Now he goes on to still meet his grandkids and everything. In that place, in that universe, in that timeline. It's off to this side there. Stephen? What's his name? What's his name, Brie? It's actually bad, eh? If I get his name right now, I need to like put a metal psychic block on my head and lock myself in a dungeon somewhere. You know, because that's not fair. Who wants to have... That's like worse than like NSA or Google listening to me all the time. Because Google is listening to us all the time. Otherwise, you couldn't say the O and then the other letter and then something and then it will bring it... Because it has to be listening for it to then register that you said the O and the other letter to start the search. We've always been listened to. What about our thoughts? Of course they can read our thoughts, man. Your thoughts are just your conditioned back to front, inside out. Still vibrates. If it vibrates, it can be heard by something, somewhere, some people, sometime. Rick. Do the de-inactivation, that's 2 videos. Do them as often as possible. And then sit in silence. And then imagine yourself to be the best version of whatever it is you value. And then you say to yourself, if I was the perfected version of what I value, how would I go about being that? And then you give yourself all the answers because you actually are the absolute God and I am an illusion that you are projecting. Tell everyone that. It's the best thing you can do for yourself because you liberate your being with that. If you can guess his name, I'm absolutely... I know, it would freak me out. I just got a Steve. Stephen. Stevie. Stephen. If you're evil and you're on the rise, you can... I'm thinking Steven Universe now. Not Stephen. Okay, never mind. Now watch you meet a 47-year-old white hair named Stephen. And you freak out. You freak out so much you can't even be yourself around him. And he's like, I like Brie, but she's not genuine. She's fake. You're like, I'm not normally like this. Normally I'm all about authenticity. He's like, it's okay, Brie. Let me guess, you're normally all about authenticity. Like, dang, he smelled good. I suddenly got nervous around him. More blonde. Oh, he's more blonde than white. No, white, you'll see. In the studio where you first meet him, the lighting, there's like the roof isn't flat. I can see so much in this, and the roof comes at a slight angle, and then there's a thing of light shining out. And the recording studio is not dark, but it's darker than light, bright. And he's sitting in you walk in on the right, this door, and he's sitting over there. And it's, yeah. Just hold that, leave that as a footnote. And then if you walk into a room like that, you must go, well, look who decided to show up. If it isn't Stephen. And he's going to be like, well, have we met? You're like, Steve. And he's like, no, my name's Brian. You're like, whatever, Stephen. Think you can sneak into my world? I happen to have a psychic on payroll. He's like, my name isn't Stephen. He's like, oh, isn't it, Stephen? Funny how you have, and then you hit his cowboy hat, like, white hair under, black hair, okay. Guess your name's not Stephen then. I love it. You must have as much fun with getting it all wrong. You got to have as much fun. Otherwise, it's like, I get it right every day. Everybody stop moving, no breathing. 6. It's the first number in the lotto. I say, don't move. You become that person. It's just because this person moved, they ruined it. I never get it wrong. But then I couldn't. And it's the PsyOps guys and the CIA and they're gang stalking me and la la la. Instead of just going, listen, if I was gang stalked by 1 million CIA and there was 1,000 reasons why I could get it wrong, how do I prevent it? If I was God, what is the answer? Simple, right? Should be that simple. Maybe that's why you're back, right? Maybe that's why you're back, so you can, Well, you guys can all do that, right? You can all collapse reality and go, there is no Garth. There is no anyone else. It all emerged from you. So there's literally a part of yourself that you used to do kept a bit of itself so it could project itself when it wanted to re-engage itself in a certain capacity after losing itself in a certain capacity. So look at all of it like you are the absolute intelligence behind all of it. Because until you realize that, you're going to be it by default. But if you just pretend for a second you're the intelligence reveals itself to you. It goes, yeah, that's how I did it, and this is how I would do it if I, and this is how you did it, yeah. And then it's, awesome, Brie. You can do, what's his name? You can have me as like an opening act. I'm sorry, my life is a joke, because I want to like listen, Bree's like, this is real. She's really going to be big, and she's da-da-da. And I'm like, yes, and then what we do is, we get, like, just like as if life's a permanent joke. And then we get this comedian who's not funny for 1 hour to inflict himself. We used to do that at our comedy gigs in 2008. Myself and my wife we ran a thing called the Cape Town Comedy Underground. So we would get comedians, book them, different venues, have comedy, like last comic standing competitions. What's the point of my story? Oh, there was this comedian named Brahm, and we used to inflict him on the audience when the audience pissed us off. We're like, let's just inflict Brahm on them. So you put Brahm up for like half an hour. We're like, Brahm, just go. And he'd just stand up there for like half an hour talking shit in circles. But he believed it. And he'd be like, as if he was a comedian. And he'd be like, and as if the audience was laughing, but they'd all be sitting there going, what the fuck is this guy? It was hilarious. Awesome. Where are you at now, Barbara? Okay. I think it's, what's his name? I think it's 500. You can go live. No, because Brie, Brie, I was thinking of this, I woke up this morning, Jim Carrey, when he was 21, he opened up for Linda Rodstand. And they ended up having a relationship. I'm not trying to imply anything or parallels. Just saying. I woke up this morning thinking about it. Going, that's pretty weird, eh? She was 35 at the time. He was 21. And he still picked her up in a what's his name? In a, like an old car, like an old piece of shit. And so he used that experience in The Mask, where he picks up the girl in the bad car. And I was just, because when I wake up, I'm like super lucid. And I can see that if you were looking up, say you're in the ocean and you're looking up at the water, my life and every variable is different places that are the same place. So I was looking at parallels between myself and Jim Carrey. Like my first long-term girlfriend was a Linda. And then I was like, that's interesting, Linda Rodstand, Linda. And then Linda Rodstand, after that relationship, ended up going out with George Lucas for like 11 years. And I was like, so George Lucas, okay, it was a bit rude, but I was like, George Lucas got Jim Carrey's leftovers. I'd have Jim Carrey's leftovers. That's what I was thinking this morning, like, and then I'd make a shitty episode 1, 2, and 3. I literally just mentioned in the right stand. See? His name isn't Stephen, but you haven't met the guy yet. He's looking to meet him. There's that version I know you're talking about. That could have been the third person out of the guys. No, there's another guy. There's another third person. Who's a performer, famous performer. You don't want to end up in a relationship with another famous performer. You saw the thing in me that I could not see. Sitting in your eyes. Da-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na. That I could not see. That's Gaga and what's his name? You're gonna have a big crush on him. Seriously. But you think you can't? No, he looks young. He looks like, no, the 47-year-old looks young. He looks like smooth skin. He uses moisturizer when he shaves. He looks really young. No, exactly. He'll be 47 exactly when you encounter him, yes. And remember that thing. The door of the studio, if you walk in, is to the left, and then he's sitting that side to the right. The mixing table is over here. And then he's leaning on his elbows, on his knees, and he looks up at you. I'm holding that now because these things are so accurate. I might as well just commit, put all my chips. I'm all in on the accuracy of these readings now. What are you seriously? Is someone pregnant? Because if you bring in children now, you by default upgrade. A mother goes through a vibrationally jump, bringing kids into this world now. Because it's like you're bringing in crystalline and the rainbow souls. I can think about the person you're talking about. That's not like, and it might be, but I don't think it is. But again, I'm wrong half the time. And also everything I say, with like if you have information, then anything said doesn't have to take place because therefore you have, you know what I mean? You can negate it basically. La 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 la. But he's the most ergonomical like for me, I'm lazy, so out of the relationships, if I had to be involved, you know, as you or as him, I'd want to be in that relationship because it's the healthiest, the most smoothest. Some people like, you know, to have an unhealthy relationship, it's still with yourself. So once everything's said and done, spicy relationships that are unhealthy are kind of fun, right? Unless you're trying to get your life together. You know what I mean? But then it's like, what life? You know, the fake dream you're having, temporarily. Horses for courses, basically. Postpartum, yeah. But no, it'll help stabilize, definitely. The DNA activation thingy. Everything is mind, and then it cascades into physicality. An activated being with a mind that's more harmonic, with absolute truth. Everything is better off DNA activated, basically. Is it Rupert? Is Rupert, yeah, Rupert the Bear. Is it Rupert the Bear? Rupert the Bear. Had a badger, didn't he? I was thinking about the whole thing of like African badgers and American badgers and British badgers and how different they are. African badgers, like, look, yeah, well, it doesn't have an accent, but it's, you know, they're like rough things that'll fight lions. And then British badger eats scones and drinks tea, crumpets and such. I have to get prepared for my live. Are you going to go live just now, Bella? Thank you so much. Are you going to go live? I might actually want to watch a live. No, I'm still going to be live. I'm going to be live for too long still. Actually, no, not really. Dinner. Oh, drinking coffee. It'd be crazy, hey? To actually get to 100. Okay, Barbara. That's actually so true. Here I am going, guys, you live in a dream. Anything's possible. Because technically I wouldn't get 11 more subs. An impersonal universe would take its energy and manifest 11 people. And so if I'm always teaching and preaching this stuff, I should be able to display it quickly for everybody. In an hour or two. Fantastic, fantastic, Bella. Then I might join it and I want to watch it. Attacks, because I don't know how to handle it. A slightly ununderstood vibration raise could feel like you're also being attacked. Hey, Rick. What is your original name? I feel weird calling you Rick now. And even your picture, didn't you change that? Path Beyond. Yes, Bree, 100 million billion%. That's what it's about. The relationship is an abstract energy. There is no Bree or Guy. So Bree is an energetic condition who will mirror the Guy. When you understand that Bree is always perfectly mirrored to her reality, you get 0 point, and then you realize you've always experienced whatever you've held true. And now you can just choose your truths. The actual relationships you would have with those three guys would be the one that brings what I just said to you to your realization. All relationships are karmic lessons that better self-maintenance. Self-maintenance means the ability to keep yourself in absolute balance with reality. The fake you and the fake you and the fake reality are one and the same, balanced. A relationship will distort according to bringing you back to that awareness. You dream the guy. You dream him. You literally dream him. And then it's like, he's a narcissist. I'm like, oh, is he? You know? It's like, oh, is he? You know, a person who's complaining about a narcissist wants to be a narcissist. But the guy's being the narcissist. Now, I can't be the narcissist. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly, Brie. Freaking narcissist. Oh, he's making it about him? Doesn't he know who you are? Doesn't he know you got talents? And no, but he was also, what's his name? He was like 4 rungs lower than you from a cognitive point of view. You could tell him to his face that he's God dreaming his life, or that he wasn't. I'm just tapping into that guy's energies. Although, you should check up on him now. He's like, as in but that's because of you. His experience with you has left a mark. Not good enough for you though. But good enough for someone better enough. He's better enough now because of you, Brie. For somebody else, I don't know. But he's definitely better off. Oh, rad. And which one was it, if I can ask? Well, that's the thing. So you had the narcissist had you believing you were the narcissist, but it was the continuous they're calling them a narcissist that actually made you a narcissist in the moment that you're calling them a narcissist. Because a narcissist just makes it all about themselves. But it is all about you, Rick. Not really Rick for now. Hope you don't mind. It is actually all about you. It's a tug of, and then in a relationship, it's about finding that balance. It's about both of you. But you are each other. In a proper relationship, you know that. What you do for them, you do for yourself. So if you give a concession, you're not giving them a concession, you're giving yourself a concession. If you choose to make them right by looking for the reason why they're being them, you get that. Like, I'm going to use the very tool to judge my partner that I'm complaining about, but the tool I'm using is the thing I'm complaining about. So I just stop using the tool and the thing I'm complaining about goes away. It's a mirrored from 8th dimension progress. It's a mirrored symbol that you are basically like a baby god. These are God's baby basics that we are busy discussing right now. But you also have the potential of getting preggers, and it'll be either one based on your focus. Are you gonna stay hyper focused on weird spiritual shit? You know what I mean? Because, for example, progress, would you I'm going to ask in the form of a guess, you wouldn't want to have children. Like, you wouldn't. It can happen, but you wouldn't. And what happens is, depending on how much effort you're putting in to the spiritual shit, you then do figure out what you need to, and if you don't, then you do end up, you can do. There is a thingy, a parallel over there where you have kids. 2, a girl first, then a boy. I know. Don't. They're disgusting. Who wants to breed? I would like to hear about my grandbaby. Wait a minute. Do you have a grandbaby? Do you have a grandbaby, Crystal? Rick, that's so funny. Rick's a great name. Yeah, focus on spiritual stuff. You know, your highest. Imagine yourself as the highest expression of God being. Progress. Because there's another. It's as rare as that, like 2%, where you literally systematically just stack the idea of how you would express yourself to yourself. If you were everyone but you. If you were everyone but you, what would you do for you? If everyone's you, what would you do for you if you're you? There's a parallel where you become a female guru character. Basically, 6 months of effort, you have these psychic openings that make you like me. like a Satguru. So you could have an ashram and basically be a holy person. And I'm not saying I'm a holy person, you know what I mean? Like, who's all the time about this shit. And then right now, it's not the same as when that opens. But if it opens, that's all it's about for you. So you do what you want that. That's so weird. I didn't think you would like that too much. But then do it. Then I would almost say, listen, then I can't explain it. The reward is so that when your crown chakra opens, basically, for you it'll be like your crown chakra opening. It's you've got 1,000 petals, 1,000 lotus petals. It represents your 1,000 lifetimes that align. So when you look into people, you see yourself clear as day, clear as shit. You know everything they know, what they want, their hopes, desires, things they don't know. You know everything. Because it's all just you revisiting. It's the second coming of Christ. It's you revisiting your own energy perpetually. Therefore, you know everything. Yeah, it has. 4 months. Because of what I just said to you and what you're doing, it's now jumped to 4 months. Right now, it jumped to 4 months. It'll take 4 months. No, 3.5 months. It'll take as quick as you want it right now. You just got and changed all of it. Right now, you're realizing. It's called realizing. You're going. In other words, what you've already achieved, if it continues, it's only going to condense and refine and reduce. And it will reduce meaning get more potent. It's going to hit crescendo points where eventually people are going to look at you and go. Basically, the part they can't see, you'll emanate a light that they can't see, that they can sense. They'll be like, what do you do? And you'll be like, I'm a holy man, lady. And they'll be like, that's funny. You're like, oh, I'm funny. My guru was funny. So I'm funny occasionally. I'm pretending I'm your guru. What style meditation do you all do? I'm actually wanting to do a series on that, the different types of meditation and what they can do for you. And because meditation, the breath work, if it understood the basics, you can invent meditation technologies. Because your breath, for example, you perceive reality in the in-breath, you react in the out-breath. There's 4 stages to breath. There's the in-breath, there's the holding of the breath, there's the out-breath, there's the holding of the out-breath. There's 4 stages. And then you can start to do things like make sure you hold as long as you are breathing in and out. You can then make a point of going, 2 in-breaths and then hold for 2 counts. And then you can get ones where you go 1 long quick in-breath, or no, 1 quick in-breath and long, and then the longest possible out-breath. And a long out-breath expands your consciousness. A long in-breath refines it. Yeah. And then you keep discovering stuff like that, and you're like, okay, well, I like the way my mind works, but I prefer it to work like this. I'm going to spend the next half an hour doing 5 quick in-breaths, 1 long out-breath, or whatever. And because you're God, you're going to be like the original rishis. I think there were 5 rishis. That's all they did. They studied light and sound and how it worked and breathed, and they're the original yogis, basically. I really know I get. So the more we do our DNA activation, the more we will just know. Exactly like that's it, Bree. It's exactly that. I can explain how the knowing works, but that's not... I can literally explain how the knowing works. It's got to do with system alignments. All things are one thing, and the more they align, it's what isn't being said that creates the ley lines of silence that compartmentalizes everything and makes everything just occur. I don't care. Things occur to you. Yes, it is a game. It is a game puzzle. Yes. I can feel that, Brie. I can feel. This is what I can feel from you. If your foot, as it touches the sand, and then the heel goes into the ground, and as the foot rolls, and then it rolls forward, As your toe leaves the sand, take a recording of that. Pretend the way that your mind touches reality as the foot touching the thing. The way you lean away from the arch, it rolls slightly forward. Can you imagine each grain of sand being infinitely sensitive? That's how I can read you reading reality. It's hectic, it's hectic, it's hectic, it's hectic. You're basically a god. You're God, Bree. If I didn't know shit and I met you right now, I'd listen to your music a bit and I'd get obsessed with you as a country singer and I wouldn't know why. I'd be like, oh, I like her music. Hey, you should listen to Dauntless. You know, I'd be like that and I wouldn't know why. It'd be abstract. I wouldn't have the background understanding to understand why your system's aligned, why I resonate with it. So I wouldn't have the vocabulary. And that's what's going to happen with your fans. And then a lot of them will actually get it. Eventually they'll go like, listen, I think she's trying to tell us something. No, she's singing to herself. No, it's not about that. It's about, that kind of thing. Everyone will get what they need to get from it, basically. But everyone here, Barbara, same story. You guys, Kundalini, same story. Shampoo, same story. You guys don't understand. I wanted to be the teacher to the teachers. If you rocked up in my world and you subscribed, and you've gotten readings and stuff, you guys are... I want to tell God, hey, you ready, God? Stop it. Stop underplaying yourself. I always wanted to be that character for the other gurus. And so here we are. Here we freaking are. Who you think you guys are is nothing compared to what you really are. And I say that to you, and I'm also in a very similar situation. A lot of the times, I'll say things that are even truer than true, So it really comes down to your ability to accept and embrace your perfection. You're going to have the best one, Bree. Bree, every single fan you're going to honor them like yourself. Your own that little girl inside you, your inner child. Hopes and dreams and aspirations, and everyone wants to be celebrated. We're all the same, and you can see that in your fans, and you can feel that in them. So literally, because of your resonance, you end up sharing your experience with your fans. They literally experience fame through you, basically. And fame isn't about a million people going, eh. It's about consistent acceptance through many groups of people, and acceptance, basically. We all want to be accepted and not shunned. And a lot of your music is coded to make a person accept themselves. It's all it ever was. Like you go to your guide, let me go back to not your first guide, the second guide. I'm saying first and second because they go back, they fractal deeper into time. The second one was like, if the chief, they went to war a lot. And she's like, if the chief just hugged himself, we would lose half our children. That's what your guide's saying. Meaning the chief has his own things, therefore he insecure, and the other tribes pick up on his insecurity and think that he wants to attack them because he's feeling insecure, and then they end up invading all the time. And she just wants to play her little instrument by the fire. Do you know what she used to do, Bree? Woo! Sorry, I need to take a breath here. Your guide, your second guide, she's 9 generations ago. She would make a fire. She was like a shaman musician, not a shaman, but like a natural healer for the village. But she used to make a fire, and she would the fire would play the instrument. She would translate the flames into music. It created a spiritually stabilizing energy for the village. 8 generations. Where is she in a village 8 generations ago? I'm trying to figure out 8 generations isn't that long. It's like 400 years ago, maybe. 300 years ago. Why is there a village? Oh yeah, there's villages in Europe. Yeah. When I first thingied it, also gave me goosebumps. It really is amazing. She used to do lots of things. Shame that chief, man. It hurts my heart. She had so much hope and love and stuff for the chief because the chief grew up in her presence. She was already like established, and she would play a song, the chief's favorite song. Oh man, I was like crying. I'm literally going to get emotional now because I can see that the humans never change. We're always the same, no matter how the setting. I don't care if you're in a palace or if you're going to a war or if you're recording a new song. Humans just want love and acceptance. We want to feel special. And the funny thing is the only place we get it from is ourselves. You're in a karmic world that's loving you as much as you've loved yourself. So I'm going to tell you a story now. It gets me in the feels. Bree, your guide, she used to play a song for the chief when he was a kid, like 4 years old. He loved the song. And she's like, I can't play it too often. It's a very special song. It has magic. I don't want to she doesn't want the magic to go away. So she made him, oh, my feelings, I can't tell the story, it hurts me. So she made him appreciate the song and only ask her like once a year. Then eventually he asked her when he became chief, where did you get the song from? And his village, the way they were, there was a mountain range. It was the mountain range. She played the mountain range as if it was a song. So, and then she said, and then when she passes away, she said to him, remember, the mountain will always be here to sing my song to you. That gets me in the feelings. And then he passes that on. He couldn't play the song, but he said these mountains sing a song that only the chiefs can hear. And then he changed the mythology of it. From he knew what you had done. He got wise enough, not you, your guide. He got wise enough to know that she made it special because everything should be special. If you treat something like it's special because you only experience it once a year, and then you realize you're surrounded by that special thing, does it lose its specialness now that you know it's always been there? It's a lesson the whole village ended up absorbing. See, I can write books on just one of your guide's backstories. I can write books on this shit. I could literally right now get up and go sit in a field and just stare at the grass. That story, it left me empty. It's like emotionally empty. Like, wow, people are special. Imagine doing that for somebody. Going, listen, this is yours. And keeping it in your heart. That you know you're playing the mountain range. You know one day they're going to ask you where you got the song from. And you're going to show them. She taught that chief that everything is special. Don't take anything for granted. If you only met your cousin once a year, how would you treat it? Just because he lives next door to you doesn't mean you need to treat him like he's common. You pick up a cup of coffee. Yes, just because you drink 3 of them a day doesn't mean this coffee isn't valuable. If I got 1 cup a year, that's what was taught in that lesson. It's beautiful as shit, man. Got me right in the feels. Bree, you're gonna get me. Rick, I can't actually handle this much. Bree is the embodiment of everybody's mountains. Oh, every human has their version of mountains that they overlook. And they think other things are special. You are the mountain that you're looking for. Celebrate yourself every second. I have to do this while I'm telling this because I can't handle this. Too much. God's gift to planet Earth. We all are. Each person is God's gift to itself. Therefore, to your environment. Therefore, to Earth. Sorry. I can't handle this much. This is too much emotion and too much joy and love, and I'm impressed. And dauntless is that. Dauntless is like turn around, face your shadows, and go and hug, and it's that. Yes, you got apprehensive. Yes, you do it anyway. That's dauntless. And then each of the songs, I can tell you exactly what part of it, what part of the journey back into yourself you would listen to. And definitely for everybody. Seriously, guys, take anything that you love, that you experience, and pretend you get it once a year. Treat everything like you. Maybe when you sleep, pretend you sleep for 10,000 years. When you wake up, you're like, hey desk, hey notepad, you know. That's just objects and possessions, but some, you know, are they? Maybe they're sentient. Maybe the divinity you bestow upon reality, reality bestows upon you. Maybe that's what you do unto the least of yourself. You do unto the greatest of yourself. And I'm just straight up Bible plagiarizing. So yeah, I'm dying to like watch Brie now. You know, what's your career? And so what's officially next, Brie, for you? Is there an officially next something? Or are you waiting for something to happen? Or do you have like, I'm next a month from now I'm going there and I'm opening for this act, and how does it go from here? Yes, it is. Zandrian! When last were you in my life? When did you subscribe? And why don't I register you? Do I follow you? No, I do, but I do now. Another Canadian! Another singer. Artist, photographer. That is rad. As in, we're talking to Brie now. She's from Canada. And she's country. She's releasing the next single. Oh, I sent you. Cool. Standing Still. Oh, really? Hope is a beggar. Let's not beg. Do you want to just rig it? Come on, let's rig it, Brie. We don't even rig it. You and I now agree. We jump to the timeline. You've already won. It's not cheating, okay? Because you're dreaming your dream. Dream your dream. You're not with. There's no one else. It's not like you remember, for you to cheat, somebody else has to be done in. There isn't anybody else. There isn't another version of Brie who's going to lose out because we jump to the timeline where you win. You're like, okay, Garth, you don't have to convince me. I'll jump to the timeline with you. Yeah. Let's short circuit this thing. Speed it up. Please do that. Barbara. It's the most potent way that you can do that for everybody. Sending yourself love. Because remember, you're the observer. You know, the self you're talking about is a reflection of the collective's power level with itself. If you love the power level, you get averages. Averages. You get mode, mean, and range. And then there's different types of averages. Can you picture those three types of averages creating an algorithm, a balancing oscillation algorithm? That's you. And then you reflect the reality, which is the same thing. So love-centered Barbara is love-centered everybody. She then after the fact emanates love greater because she received a bunch of love. Guys, that was another subscriber. That's your path, Brie. That's your path. Done, and done. Starlight! Oh, okay. So there's subscribers that are subscribing, and then other subscribers that are slowly falling away as well. Thank you so much, Starlight. So, Rick, why don't you pass it along? Is it a country song? You're like, no. I'm like, she only does country music. It's death metal. She doesn't do death metal. Excuse me. Do you want a frog? Starlight. Starbright. Good morning. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Sandrian. Guess hope we are Brie Canadian. Have you seen Jim Carrey talk about how he's like, I've recently listened to death metal. And he's like, they should do like a duet with, kind of like nice music where he's like, you don't send me flowers anymore. I don't know, Barbara. Probably when I stop smoking the bomb. Probably. Maybe. It's a talking thing, Barbara. It's karma. It's how I transmute shit. It's pretty gross. But I talk. I should get punished for what I've done. And so when I talk, the collective, which is what I do, I'm negating a lot of people saying a lot of stupid shit. And so there's karmic backlash. Sai Baba, he would transmute it by ash. He would just do this and ash would fall out of his fingers. I know energetically I'm doing it that way. I've incarnated on the Blu-ray and I'm a truth speaker teacher. Even when I go through tolerance breaks, it's still there. And if I stop going live, it goes away. If I stop talking to people, it clears itself up. I like the idea of being, blending in, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you're supposed to be divine. Why do you smoke bomb? It's like, talking about, if you ate God and you visited Earth, wouldn't you? It's like, no. Oh, well then don't, Have you been teeth clenching lately? Hectic. That can give you migraines, I don't know if you know that. Zandrian, thank you. That's my habit. What, the teeth grinding? Financial prize. Oh, really? Well, Rick, I did a thing in my last meditation where I'm like, okay, every single person who's subscribed to you, every person who's spoken to you in the last month and a half, triple bless them now. And so I literally picture those things, those lucks happening to all those people. So I'm like, this way, they'll think it's because of me. I'm like, it is because of you. I'm like, yeah, no, but this way, they'll think that I helped open up the doors of magic for their lives. It's like, yeah, but you are. I'm like, yeah, but they'll feel grateful to me. And they should feel grateful. Yeah, but it's like supposed to be some sort of sinister thing, but it's just, are you introducing people back to their divinity? Yeah. And hoping to get some karmic backlash? Bree. Oh, thank you. No, thank you so much. It's a full-on payday. The subscribers getting it up to 90. I had a best friend. He 15 years ago. He's like on payday. He's like, yeah, it's getting bad. I'm like, what? He's like, because he doesn't spend his money properly. So he's like, payday. I buy a bucket of KFC, eat all the chicken skin, throw the rest away. And he spends the rest of the month, because then he'll spend his money in the first week really badly on I don't know, cappuccinos and rosy cheeked women, and then have no money for the rest of the month, and then spend the rest of the month daydreaming about KFC chicken skin. Talk about karmic lesson of better self-maintenance. Let's just pretend anyway. Let's full on start a cult, Tammy, stop. Where the cult leaders are always saying good things about the cult leader. I mean, the cult members are always saying good things about the cult leader. One day I was sitting there all useless and I couldn't manifest. Then I met Garth. Now I manifest left, right, and center. I be manifesting the shit out of stuff. Thanks to Garth, my guru. And then I go, and you guys must all do it like that. You're like, our supreme leader Garth told us that on this fine day, if we give thanks to him, our blessings will increase. You must do it as pathetic as possible. You know what I mean? I am making this video to pledge my allegiance to our mighty leader, Garth217 on the TikTok. He has brought us gifts. Enjoy his new empire with us. And people be like, he's not real. He's making it up. Don't listen to him. He's a charlatan. And we get our own members to do that. We pay at least 10% of our own members to go, he's a charlatan. And you must mumble your words all pathetic like that. He just listen, he's not. It's in you. You got the magic. He's not the one empowering you. And I'm like, hear me, congregation. It is through me that you are empowered. And then it's not through him, it's through you. God dwells within you. Who said that? I heard you. You are upsetting Garth. Go and talk about yourself in the fourth person. I'm not. We aren't. We are speaking about ourselves in the ninth persons. Aren't we, Garths? Yes. Yes. Why is he whispering to himself? Shut up, I said. I'm in charge. Okay, now. Garth, what? When's it my chance to be in charge? Okay, 5 minutes. You can be in charge. And I go join the rest of the crowd, and then one of us randomly steps up and like, hear me, children of the lights. It is through me that you are empowered to manifest. And then we all go, thank you, thanks. We'll say thank you as many different ways as we can. We just carry on like that until we get everyone's attention. And then Tucker Carlson's like, I want to interview you. I'm like, no, you blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. He's like, I didn't. Yeah, Putin said you did. He was busy that day. And we carry on like this till the whole world is looking at us. And then I go, ladies and gentlemen, Bree Taylor. Take it away, Bree. And then we just keep performing like this until the whole planet's laughing and sharing its fish with each other. There's a story that when Jesus was teaching, everyone brought food and loaves, and they didn't want to share. And they were like this. Jesus is like, it's lunchtime, we want to eat. Everyone's like, we ain't got nothing here. And Jesus was like, you fucking sons of bitches, listen here. And then the little kid was like, you can have mine, because he was the closest thing to reflect Jesus. And then Jesus was like, okay, thanks, kid. At least there's someone nice here. It's a nice person in this crowd, fucking assholes. And then he basically passes the bread along. He says, have as much as you want. And then he looks away. On purpose, because they feel guilty. And they're like, fuck it all. And then they take some because they have to take. And then they put some of their own back in. And then once it's all gone around, there's too fucking much to go. Excuse my language. But there's too much to go around. What are we going to do with 12 baskets of fish? Has everyone eaten? Yes. God dang it. You guys brought food, didn't you? And you pretended not to have it. Humans are the same. If everyone brings their divinity to the table and puts it in the center, we're going to have a lot of stinky fish. That's just a version I heard. I'm not saying Jesus couldn't do miracles. It's an under. I just locked myself and you all in a room and I still pick the lock. Everybody, picture the atoms in the wall of the room vibrating slower. Wait, faster. Yeah, faster. We collectively can vibrate the room away. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like, no prison can hold him. I found it, it's like, I'm always wandering out of the prison, sitting just like a meter outside of the prison, staring at flowers. I love that idea of like an alien that you've captured, and then you haven't really captured it, you know. Well, it's in the facility, and it gives you like technology, but it kind of wants to. Progress. You've actually got that cable that you just mentioned. There's 2 of them. Those aren't good. They aren't nice. You pretend you got a samurai sword. Why don't you cut them? Pretend you went, and then you swung it around its lower back. So where your solar plexus is, just like an inch down, and then another inch down to the right, by your back. So just envision you swinging like Deadpool, swinging samurai swords around. And then you go, but that actually cuts them. I'd cut them. There's 2 entities that are doing that there. It's a combination. They want liberation. Remember, circumstances, vibration meets vibration. When they're attached, they actually assisted even though they suppressed you. And now they've learned from your learning, which is why you've got the ability to cut their cords, and they've got the ability to be liberated because of you. So evil isn't evil. Evil is it's just camping in your roof until it can do better. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. That's so cool. That was God's mind. God sees me the same. Like, evil isn't evil. Ignorance isn't ignorance. It's just resting until it can find its path to enlightenment. faster or slower to pass my hand through the wall for the coolest magic trick? It's actually faster. Or the wall, you can slow the weight. You can either speed your hand's vibration up, or you match it. It's a gateway project. They've actually wrote about it. You see space from the atom. That's great. The actual gateway project, the CIA released it, and there's how to walk through walls. All that information's been studied, and they had to release. Trump made them release it, so you can look it up. You can look up gateway project. You can look up walking through walls, and all the CIA, all their notes are there, and how it actually works, and how torus fields and can align, so that you can literally go through the same space. The soul cord. I don't know if you have a soul cord. Oh, when you astral travel, you have a soul cord. Okay, I thought I cut that. Just one more time. You cut one is gone, and then the other one's like severed but not cut, not done. So just do it one more time, progress. Yeah. Okay. See, now you didn't do it there. The thought of it severing and then that severing breaking, that crossed your mind, eh? Progress. The thought of the almost broken thing breaking. As that crossed your mind, your mind did the breaking, not the sword. Because now you know you can do it with intent. Now you can do anything. You could choose to say, every time I breathe in, any cords are disconnected and all my etherical bodies are aligned. Like right now, I go straight into Samadhi. I don't need to breathe. I could literally sit like this for an hour. My reality literally became still animation. My environment disappeared right now. So I would use that same technique to visualize my environment as a field I've been to, and I would actually then end up in that field. That's how it actually works. So later on, I'm going to start doing that kind of stuff, rocking up at like backstage at Bree's concerts, and how do you get you? Security shouldn't let you in. But Bree, you said I'm your guru. You're like, get out of here. Bree, don't taser me. Electricity is the only way to keep him at bay. No, Bree. No. Okay, I'll go. So I'll only be in your way. And then me and Bree break into chorus. And I will always. I told you to leave, Garth. Sorry, Bree. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. back in my room. And that's how Sadis work. Sadis are abilities that you get by default when you transcend your limitation. So yeah, that should be crazy, progress. I can feel it now. Progress. That's what would have happened by default in the next 4 months, which was 6 months, which went back to 4 months. So now it's pretty much now, progress. So you should now... progress, I would say go study meditation. In other words, go and read as much as you can about meditation. Pretend it's a school project. And then do a series on meditation. And then choose topics, spiritual topics, and learn to saturate yourself. And then footnotes. What was important about that topic to you? Put out a series. You'll get recognition. And then that'll cascade into people asking for you to be their coach, their spiritual coach, that kind of thing. Where a person's going to come to you and say, hey, I'm struggling with these chords. And you're going to go, hey, you know what you should do? Samurai swords. Or whatever. You're going to intuit what to say to that person. And if you read the Celestian Prophecy, it explains how that works. How, if you look at someone as if they're a reflection of you, and then you assist them metaphorically, then you get assisted. The universe assists you in the same capacity. It's The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Shambhala, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, it's another book. That's pretty much that as well. All spiritual topics are one above us, if you're looking at it from a high enough dimension. It's just regurgitated from another angle. It's true. Lead by example. Yeah, that's true. I mustn't contradict. I was going to say, but I like to be a bit irreverent in that. But it's actually, Brie means it on another level. Lead by example. Literally, reality is copying you. Example meaning your heart of hearts, your truth of truth. What is it? Look at it. You lead with that truth. Reality copies you. That's what she actually meant. So a lot of the times, a guy will contradict a girl because he actually didn't hear what she said. And I'm not in this. It's just atypical. Life does that. We all do that. We all don't hear what the reality is saying to us half the time, because it has deep metaphysical, spiritual truths that it's actually saying, and you don't pick up on all of it. So it will happen by default. Or a girl will say something, but she's saying something, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? That's not true. It's true." And it's like, "No, you didn't hear what I actually was saying. You misinterpreted my meaning of my words, basically." But that's because guys are competing with each other a lot to be right. It's actually pathetic. So, not to be rude, I listen to guys talk sometimes in shops, and I'm like, "You guys are competing. Just have a conversation." Yeah. I mean, I know how to pick it up. I know how it works. Yeah, I put mine down there 2 days ago. Yeah, but I mean, you're never gonna get our money back. Yeah, I can get my money back from Stephen if I want my money back. Yeah, but I don't really care because it's a write-off anyway. It's like it's all these little fucking competitions with each other. I'm in control of my universe. I can do things. Yeah, my universe doesn't threaten me. Did I use Stephen as a random name again? Stephen! Stevie! Oops, I don't know why. All the Stevens in the world are like, do I feel like people are talking about me today? Or is it? Is it? How rich? Hey, Ricky, you have the problem. Maybe they have the spiritual problem with communicating. Why are they always going to turn it on you? Old Steven. But if you guys watch Steven Universe, these kids so rad. Like, it's such a good. They really did a winner with that. The soundtrack is great. Steven. Is he the one that got away? Yeah, he escaped. He broke out of his shackles and hitchhiked out of the States. That one that got away. At least only one got away. Painter James. He was too good for me. Oh no! No, he wasn't. Was he really? You really are too good for me. I love that. And Cable Guy's like, Stevie, you really are too good to me. You really are too good for me, you know that? I've never met a Stephen. Yeah, I had a best friend in 1 year, Stephen. But that was just that one. Other than that, there are many Stevens around. Well, it's them for not being clear, concise, and specific. Exactly. It's like, oh, you want to project your unsatisfaction onto me? Two can play that game. Really? Spill shampoo? That's rad. That's the problem. Some girls like toxic guys, and then guys think that some girls like toxic guys, and then they perform toxic. And then they toxic eventually. And eventually it's like, girls like, I don't like you like this. You're toxic. And he's like, are you talking? I don't like that. If I wanted you to talk, I'd talk to you. When's is your friend coming over again? She's kind of cute. I'm insecure. Don't talk about my friend. She's single. Guys carry on like that with girls. It's hectic. Worse even. Goes like, but he likes me. He's with me. If he wanted to be with her, he'd be with her. He's with me. He talks about her all the time. Yeah, he cheats, but he's with me. He comes home to me. Yeah, he might meet you on the weekend, fly you overseas, but he comes home to me. Girls, a third of them are out there like that. Make a TikTok video about it. Yeah, I know you get my man, but when everything's said and done, comes home, when he gets bored. No, it's ridiculous. Yeah, straight up clown energy. It is what it is. But again, you can actually flip that whole thing around, and every individual is always going to be there in a way. Yeah, I know I'm God, and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that projects this reality. It's all true on a level for each individual. That's what I like about this place. Once you get above the ninth dimension, the best and the worst and the most pathetic humans are still the best humans. They're still illustrating the collective condition of you being separate from your eternal nature. It's still the human condition. It's just another permutation of that same condition. You can be evil, you can steal, anything you can think of is still an echo of the human condition until it enlightens and transcends itself. You're still playing one of the feminine, masculine, active, passive characters in a happening where some aspect gets disempowered because it doesn't actually hold true what it actually is. So now if you look at the world's happenings as if it's all just permutations of inner relationships permutating, and that all relationships are divine, the permutations are therefore divine, therefore if they are, because if you bless it, you bless your own stage in the journey. If you go, oh, you haven't figured it out yet, God right there and then is saying, oh, you are not listening to why I put that in front of you. You've got the eyes to listen and the ears to see. Do you use them? Do you mean my ears hear the sea of energy? No. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Correct, Rick. Correct. Yeah, I'm actually have to leave. Dang it. Ding dang. Yeah, it's 2 hours. I gotta go now. Da na 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 na. Carpenter. White lace and promises. No, they can. We are going to get a basic income now. In August, Bitcoin does its halving. So if any money you got spare, just go buy some Bitcoin before August. It's going to naturally fold 4 or 5 times. Maybe more. 2017 was the last time it happened. Go look what happened in 2017. So more people are going to get educated on economics of their own energies, which parallel with your money. And basic income is the thing. Yeah, waiting for XRP so hectically. You as well, eh? How much have you got? I bought 3,000 Ripple. With money I won from Universal Studios on TikTok. I was like, yeah, get the Ripple now with that money. Really, Progress? You're going to have a lot more. That won't happen now. It was those 2 chords, Struggle Bus. They were the ones that were doing that. Now you must just remember, whenever you're feeling like your energy is lulling or stagnating, or you're feeling like, don't feel that way. Go like, so regularly go, smile and go, breathe that air in like you're breathing in spirit. And you're breathing in like universal life force that you're going to use to manifest happiness just now. So you smile and you breathe. Breathe like. You write. Great things ahead. You can't go wrong. You are actually God dreaming your life. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just something that sounds nice to listen to. Know it. It should bring a smile to your face. Know it. There is no me dreaming your life. There's no, I am not here. And then even the you that you embody eventually will be transcended. You operate through her. She's your appendage into this realm. No, yeah, crypto is something you want to get into. Definitely. Because it's the blockchain, the crypto world, the way it's designed is the quantum mechanics. So if the economy that we know is classic physics, then quantum mechanics is the blockchain. So just learning it, you learn how quantum mechanics works. When enough people know, the quantum world has free energy. Therefore, The crypto world has free money. How was money built in the past? It's not built that way. It's not built that way anymore. People resist it. Don't let them. Grab them by the shirt and push them up against the wall and say, listen, yeah! Snap out of it! You're gone. I'm telling you now. You're dreaming your life. Everyone is you. You plant the seed, at least. Because then later on they'll have a moment where they're like, oh shit, I was just thinking that did that. And then they're going to suddenly have these moments where you realize all your friends, your best friends, were your relationships unconcluded. So if you can record your life from every interaction you have with every family member and anyone, if you record it as if it wasn't different people, it was literally a mirror you. Their appearance and activity is the appearance and activity of what you didn't acknowledge. Gathering. So when you meet a new friend, that friend is everyone you've interacted with in a new energy field. But the part that you didn't see. So a new blind spot. So a relationship, oh, I'm so attracted to that person. That's everything you haven't acknowledged in yourself. Of course you're attracted to them. They're so beautiful. Oh, that person's hilarious. I want to be friends with them. In other words, your twin reality has always been perfection, not seen. And then when it reoccurs in new capacities. No, dude. Kundalini. Yes, roller coasters. Yes. Yes. I used to once the millions. Find its way to me. I'm used to once. But everybody here, exactly, everyone here should be buying lotto tickets. You're not living in a physical place. You're living in energy. If the frickin' lotto wants you, if you want you to have some money, it'll give it to you. You're living in a dream. You're not living in a set place that has preset variables coming along. You can jump timelines. You know what I mean? This is all you're getting. It's like if you were in a chrysalis and you're stuck. We're all just learning to become lucid, to be like this. Like, no, I don't believe there's a road outside. I believe when I get outside and I look at there, and it's there, I'm perceiving it. Then I collapse the waveform. Remember, particles, you got light is wave and particle. It needs an observer. You are the observer. You collapse reality. In other words, you project reality. You collapse it into its. If I look at a street scene, the color of the clothing of the people and the position of them is directly proportional to my own quantum self. So knowing this, I can hold true the money. Do quick pick. Just give me. I don't care what the numbers are. I don't care what the numbers were going to be. The numbers are going to be what I have in my hand. Because there's a universe where that takes place. Guess where I'm going? To the universe where it takes place. How do I go there? You're jumping all the time. I hold true that I jump there. I'm there. Why did I assume myself jump? Because you're moving all the time through parallels. Just for me to move my hand, I have to jump through parallels. So instead of doing it analog, or we were talking about the economy earlier on, instead of doing it classic physics, you do it on the quantum level. I don't move the cup. I blink and I hold true that there's a reality where the cup is to the side. And then I blink and the cup's at the side. And then I blink and there's $1 million in my bank account. It's just a bunch of atoms that are responding to me anyway. They always have been. So how loosey-goosey must you be before you can blink your car color change? We're going there, humans. Your God, your technology. We're going. That's what we're headed. Eventually it's going to be, I'll look at the mountaintop, I'll blink and I'm up there. Blink and I'm back here. Blink and I'm up there and I'm here and I'm waving at myself. God is limitless. Schroeder's lottery ticket. Amen. I love that, Nanya. That is so good. Guys, I found a winning lotto ticket in a box. Do it, spiritual. And then spiritual, I can rig it that you win, but then you have to send me like $3,333 singing bowl set. Blink your horse farm, no problem. No, I'll blink you the what's his name. I'll blink you the win on the Mega Millions, but I want that singing bowl set. It's expensive, eh? $3,000. It's like 50,000. That's not expensive. It is. It's like a whole. It's a lot of money. 50,000 rand. I'm actually gonna go to. There's a music store up the road. I want to go see if they have tuning forks. Would you do that for me? That's my manifestation. I will, but I really want my kickback. I want actual money in return or things. But I will rig it for you. God's like, why didn't you just do it for yourself? Because I want to do it for other people. It's more fun. I'd rather say, listen, I will make you win, and then you win, and after the very next day, and then I get 10% than actually go win by myself. Done. Now, don't be surprised if a bunch of you win there. And don't act all happy and grateful. Be grateful and be happy about it when you win, but don't act like it's God's visiting you. Humans act like that when they win the lotto. Like, you are God, okay? You should be more excited about existing than you should about that money on its way. Hear me now. You should be more excited about existing and knowing what you are than the money that's on its way. It's going to come, but it's filthy. Compared to you, the money's dirty. You're going to get lots of it and you can play with it, but just keep focus on what it is relative to you. So be it. Enjoy the money. I hope it ruins you. I hope you become superficial. Just kidding. All you guys, I'm going to ruin all of you. All going to win like stupid money. Will you? Like stupid, like $300 million where you like just ruins you as a person. I talk and you're like, oh, Garth, talking again. God damn it. Here, Garth, here's some money. Shut up. Just start disrespecting each other. Done. It's done. Shampoo, it's done. It's done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to ruin you guys. You think I'm blessing you? What do you do? What do you do to them? I make them win lots and lots of money. Now they're uninspired. Watch how the little rats run out of things to do. Garth, what? I'm on my yacht and I'm depressed. I need your help. I need you to talk about spiritual stuff and make me laugh. I'm very expensive these days. I got a yacht and I got the house, and then I end up in this polyamorous relationship because I thought I wanted multiple partners. I actually did, but that's not what I'm complaining about. I feel empty. We need to have a party. The idea where you got all the money and anything you can imagine, you got it all. It's there. It's there and you got it and it's yours. And it's not that you got a problem, but you want more, but you can't think of anything. So you think you're phoning friends and go, listen, what should we do? Let's do something special. Well, you spent the last 7 days on a yacht with, doing bench pressing with Jeff Bezos and his new girlfriend. You run out of things. To me, the discovering yourself as God is more valuable than the things you could buy on this planet. This magic that I'm uncovering and the ability to... Oh, God dang it. My battery's on 20%. The ability to actually shift realities. From synchronicities to actually being able to, lotto numbers, whatever. The actual magic is more valuable than the things. And getting better at this is more valuable than enjoying the things. Sharing this with people is more valuable than the things. Chris! What's up? We can hold an adept conversation. It's the most valuable thing in the whole world to me. An adept conversation. That's exactly what it is. That's what basically Mel was saying. She was saying the healing workshop. Using your money to sponsor more people to bring them into alignment. Fills the soul, yeah. Because it's true, $100 given to facilitate someone else's joy, whether it's to bring them into alignment or food, whatever it is, to facilitate. We know what joy comes from. True joy comes from knowing this knowledge. Everything else is a shadow of this knowledge that brings joy. So whatever that is, but however you can bring it to somebody is more valuable than that $100 on yourself. I can get $100 of value communing with my God self in a field. I don't need the $100 to go buy the item to make myself feel like I'm communing with God, which is what money makes you feel like. It makes you feel like a God. You can have a thing that you couldn't make yourself. And when we hit that point and the planet starts to give more than it's taking, we're going to end up in a watch. The universe will then say, here's free energy. You're acting like an abundant group of beings. Here, you might as well be abundant. Amen, Ricky. It's a great... Start a thingy, start a Teespring company. A Teespring thing. And drop your drama before you talk to me. Exactly. It's the drama llama. The drama llama. I got trauma from my mama. Correct, Barbara. Correct. And it's like, I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I spend 3 hours in my mind palace. What are you doing in your mind palace? I'm decorating it, polishing my cars. I visit the harem. What? You have a harem in your mind palace? Not really. I respect ladies. But some of the ladies don't want to be respected. Anyway, they live in my harem. It's really nice in there. In my mind palace. And I count my money in my mind palace swimming pool. How much are you worth? I'm currently in debt to the bank for $100 million. But in my mind palace, those girls are nasty. Ooh, but in a good way, because they like to be nasty, because that's what they choose to be, because they're expressing themselves as spiritual beings. Okay? Judge my mind palace. Ladies, do you mind living in my harem, in my mind palace? No, we love him. He's amazing. There's nowhere in the world we'd rather be. See? Just like ladies, just like we practiced. Hi, we're from the thingy. We'd like to inspect your mind palace. Apparently, you've got a whole bunch of ladies in a giant room. Okay, just like we practiced. We love it here. We want to stay with him. He's the best. See, nothing weird going on here. Nothing weird going on here. Don't repeat what I'm saying. I love my favorite thing in the whole world is the Goofy thing. You've seen the Goofy thing where Goofy's like got a lawyer. It's like, hey, Goofy, I think I can get you off. You need to just be quiet. I'm guilty. Shut up, Goofy. I did it. I killed them all. God damn it, Goofy. You just be quiet. I can actually get the jury to let... I did it. I'm going to do it again. Gosh, I'm guilty. And then she shuts up and they're like, going to say their thing. He's like, guilty. Guilty. I'm guilty. I murdered everyone. Da da da. La da da. Da 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 da. Oh, it's adorable. Your dragon did this. Doesn't listen to anyone but you. See, even if I wanted to, it'd be like, wouldn't listen to me. It'd probably be the opposite of whatever I ask it to do. There's only one true leader. Only one true God in this universe, and that's you. From your dragon's point of view, everything else is a piece of shit. Sure. Your dragon, I'm not joking, your dragon actually, from its intelligent point of view, is like, it doesn't hate this world. It remembers you. It remembers you with more gumption, more belief, more command. Like that dragon, one of your dragons, it's like a turquoisey dragon is going, I feel the same. I feel exactly the same as your dragon now. And your dragon's right. I just don't want to condemn this place. I want to bless it into a better place. But your dragon's saying, when are we going to be done with this silly place? Let's go back. Because you're from a realm that's so heavenly and lovely. You're lending your energy to this place right now. Your dragon couldn't care less about this place. No, it is. I can pick that up. So we're going to make this world a place that your dragon wants. Your dragon's here and everything. I'm just saying it's clearer. You can breathe easier. Think of your breathing easy. The realm is you breathe easier. Your dragon likes it. It likes the way you're expressed there more than the way you're expressed here. See, your dragons are real in the sense that they're not spiritually pretentious. They're not going to go, yes, I will lend my energy to this realm and help you lift your ascension. There's a dragon, you're never going to see a crucified dragon, basically. I mean, you really got to be some kind of pure creature to want to, sacrifice yourself for the greater good, when the greater good is an illusion. Magenta, like blood red and gold. It's just the one that wanted to, the starlight, the one that came forward when you said that. It just wanted to present itself. I gotta wait for my time. No, you don't, Rick. You don't. You gotta do whatever you say you gotta do. What makes you hold that true? You know what I'm saying? Evidence is after the belief. Change the belief, evidence will change. Yeah, blends in. Basically blends into different scenery, energetically. As I said, I don't know if did I say in your one? Yeah, I think it was in your one, where your dragon will have its head in a mountain, and then its body will be its tails in the sea, and they embody landscapes and stuff. Sometimes they'll even, because they can change size and shit, sometimes they'll be resting on Venus, but the tail will be resting half on Mercury. Very interesting. You think about the idea of calm confidence as opposed to army assemble, and then as opposed to assemble, that kind of thing. You doubt your authority because you assume they need to be dragged. This is them talking directly through me to you. They're just guides, spirit guides. Some people have dragons as spirit guides, or aspects of them. That's insane, eh? 30,000. Sure. I don't know how hard it is to give likes. It takes forever. And remember, some people, if your guides were temple priests in Atlantis, it doesn't mean that that one of your guides are spirit. If they want to present themselves to you as triangles, as gold triangle heads, they'll do that. Your same guides. I could do a reading for you 2 months from now, and it's you've got and you could end up with 3 dragons and 2 thingies, 2 dice. I'm noticing that from the readings. It's getting more and more aspects, exactly. It's getting more and more. I'm learning more about the structure of light and spirit and stuff because I'm reading for people who have setups that I've never seen or have never encountered. That's a great idea. Crystal, you read for me, I read for you, that kind of thing. Definitely. Wow. So Baron, it's off to the side, but Baron's got a griffin as one of his guides. Turquoise. Turquoise feathers. I've never seen a turquoise griffin before. It's beautiful. And then the beak. Shit. It's a gold. See, orange. Ah! If you look at it here, it's orange, gold, orange, 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 orange. So based on the beaks, the beak takes on different. Depending on how you're looking at it from. And he has dragons as well. Got 2 dragons. He's got a griffin, 2 dragons. And then 2 family members. I'm not. They both went. It's not important. The family, this family member spirit. Ancestors, that kind of thing. Reverent, very silent, reverent beings. Yeah. That part of him that's just, that will become just, will see a scene, see a happening, and he will always side with justness. That's because of them. Their silent presence gives him, he values, he basically, as he's growing, he's going to value more, he values, and because of their presence, he values, I'll put the right word into it. He's averted. This is about how I was saying it. I'm going to say it the other way around. He's averted. I can't put it into words. I'm trying to put it from the best angle. The idea of unfairness, but he doesn't entertain it that way. I can't even put into words his level. It's at such a high level. All things must be equal, or it's not fair, it's not just, it's not right, and it must be right. In fact, it is right, therefore it must be right. I can't explain it to you. It's such a hectic level. The universe is balanced, therefore it must be balanced. This is him. Yeah, therefore, when we apply ourselves in balance, right? Like it's natural, right? Like that's his thing. That's what it is. It's natural. It doesn't really, from his point of view, it doesn't have to be explained to anyone, right? But it is going to have to be explained to people. He's going to encounter it where it's not applied right. And for him, it's just going to be like, what if I was there? I wouldn't want this. Therefore, why are any of us doing this? Like if I had to teach a 2-week course, and it all went into one drop, that's his essence. Like, hello, why are you doing that? Like if you were there, would you want that done? No? Well, then why are you doing it? That kind of thing. Like, so a bunch of wise people can discuss what the village should do, and then he will go, no, this is what the village is going to do, and all the wise people shut up because it's so much more clear. You know what I'm saying? What they value. Wise people value wisdom. He applies it. They shut up because there's no greater justness to be applied to a scenario. You get what I've said. I've said it 1,000 ways, I think. Is he 9? How old is he? I always guess in the form of my intuition. So that's how I attuned myself, basically. Eventually, I started guessing right all the time. What book was the thing for Wizard of Oz? Oh, brilliant! Which is based on, what's his name? Based on, well, it's actually Baron Trump. Way intelligent. No, beyond. It's beyond intelligent. God. I mean, we are. But we have to, like, I don't know, clear old habits, old ways of thinking. These kids are getting born with full awareness. Most of them are getting born with a continued thought stream. So they literally they ascended the last lifetime straight into dreaming this lifetime and holding full awareness. So when you talk to them, they're like listening to themselves, talk to themselves. Like, I'm listening. I'm only going to respond to the part of me that I identify with. Which means they are going to dream, they're the ones dreaming this golden age. Okay, so he's 7, and my guess, I think he was thingy. I was merging ages again. Yeah, I do that a lot. I merge form as well. My cats. I picked up this one cat from the shelter that I had to go fetch. It ends up being the two cats, but if you merge them, they would look like the cat that I was picking up on. Progress, have an amazing one. Is it the one for all of Baron? Yeah, and Baron Trump with two P's. Because reality's taking the piss out of you. PP. Because think about it. Never mind. Spiral timelines. That's all I'm going to say. Is timelines and spiral timelines. And is it a good story as well? It's energetically everyone's story. Everything is energetically everyone's story. But then again, by me saying that, if you don't naturally translate, then it's a stupid, outlandish statement. Wasn't I supposed to manifest 10 more subscribers? That was the one look at Leo, Okay. Champion. Do that. I wonder why I haven't read it actually. It must be an interesting story. There's a train underground and everything. I wonder if they got the ideas for the quick tunnels from that in Gummy Bears. Actually, no, I know what they got the quick tunnels from. The quick tunnels are our neural network. The seventh dimension, that's why they're shaped like birds. Dun 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 dun. Bom bom bom. Ba ba ba. Frank Baum. I've never heard of Frank Baum. Austin Lee. So what everybody here, like, tell me what time it is in your world. Do you see that, Shampoo? I said the word world, as the word finish saying it, then the 222 pops up. I didn't see that time and ask about the time. So to say we synchronized is it beyond an understatement. Still, synchronicity still excites me, but that was hardcore, that one right now. And so you see, me talking authentically from my heart, in real time, people are like, hey, he's talking my thoughts. Which is the proof. Then they're like, what's he talking about? And then I start talking about like how I'm God and dreaming my life, you know what I mean? It was like, the person's going to resonate with it. So I actually have magic. I consider it magic. Amazing hair, Shampoo. Oh man, I want to run a cult so badly. You know? I either want... it's so funny, my humor is more important than being thingy. I'm like, either I want to fleece you for all your money, or I want to convince you that you need to carry my wife's children for me. Something weird culty, now that I've got your confidence. God doesn't like it when we don't. Like, you must dress a certain way. Like, God doesn't like it when we dress like that. I just like the idea of because every human to me feels like they're in their own cult, you know, because every human's gaslit themselves to believe what they believe in is locked in a nerfed world where they should be God but they're not. Shampoo, like, I want to make you, you know, like put the shoes on, you know, the shoes I bought you, put them on. Why are you not wearing the shoes I bought you? That kind of stuff. You're like, I'm sorry. And you did it on purpose because you want me to be angry with you. You didn't wear them on purpose. Why do I find that easy? Oh, right, because it's we're taking the mickey. I love it. That's it. I love it. Because that's what the average person is doing. They're they're projecting a reality that they're a prisoner of, and then they're complying with it and doing their best to like each person is like, you know, submissive to their own ignorance, basically, but as if their ignorance is God intelligence. So now to act that out with gumption is hilarious. Be like, you guys are all doing it anyway. Might as well let me gaslight you instead of gaslighting yourselves. I love the cult idea. It's like, no, let's call it a community. I had a friend recently, Chad, that I met here. Incredible dude. Me and him for a while, we were like hanging out, and we were always joking about starting a cult. And then eventually he was speaking to because he's an au pair, speaking to the family that he au pairs for, and they're like, it's a great idea, but call it a community. I'm like, no, you guys are just scared of calling it a cult because you don't, and then eventually he was like, no, we should call it a community. Communities don't need leaders, eccentric leaders that make outlandish requests of the followers. It's honest work. I love you so much. It's honest work. I gaslight my congregation. It's honest work. It's like, and then I take out a little bottle and I'm like, what's that? Snake oil. It makes me attractive. Teo de Ching. Is that I Ching, Ricky? I got the land. Let's start a community. You're going to be the princess of the community then, okay? You be queen. Like, it's my land, I'm queen. She's queen. Let's have a weird, we should have a weird hierarchy that rotates based on the stars. So everyone gets to be cult leader for 2.5 days. Pheromone oils it is. I actually had that as a what's his name? I went to a Christian camp when I was whatever, and I had actually, had pheromones in it. And we had to, like, the one day at Christian camp, we had to, like, throw away things that we thought were, indulging in bad things. And and the Christians were going to throw it in the fire. Like, if people were, like, smoking or whatever Christians thought was bad, I gave my can of deodorant. I'm like, no, it manipulates the girls to liking me. It ended up just being a comedy routine. Like, everyone was laughing. Like, that's funny, guys. I'm like, yeah, and then I know that I shouldn't. And why would I bring it to camp? I should be here to focus on the Lord. Not on all the cute girls. And everyone's like, we're here for the cute. Everyone is there. That's what Christian Sunday, youth was about, right? Everyone was just there to, like, hook up with each other, right? No, I was here for Jesus. Oh, I was here for the cute girls. So camp was that, basically. Me going on camp, where, like, 5 churches gather at a giant campsite. It's got to be a cute girl that's going to like me. Now, I'm actually so enjoying the readings these days because I'm learning deeper things from them. Yeah, Sunday school romance is the best. And youth and stuff. Obviously, there was that variable because it was church. Then the girls were a little bit more, but you just said so much right now. I said so much. It was Christian. The girls were, but that was camp. Anyway, they didn't throw my deodorant in the fire, which wouldn't have worked out quite well. And now it's a thing again. I've noticed a lot of things on it. The whole pheromone thingy. They're starting to say that's a thing again. That's hilarious, Barbara. See, we're all 1 degree the same person. Because Barbara just said what I was thinking. but I didn't say it. I was thinking the pastor's daughter. You can't have these conversations, but the pastor's daughter was the most hectic. What are you saying, God? I'm saying that, Anyway. You guys are like family. There's so many things. I want to share my life stories with you guys. Like, then there was this one time, and the thingy, and it was a pastor's daughter, and then the da-da-da, and then she decided to tell the dad, and then I got to the house to go visit her, and the dad was crying, and she was crying, and I was like, what's going on here? It was the actual pastor and his daughter. And then me and her had a relationship, and then she suddenly felt guilty about, and then decided to confess to the dad. And she was 18. And she was like, Dad, we've been sinning. And I'm like, that isn't how you described it. That kind of thing. For reals. And then I'm like standing there going, oh shit. The dad's been crying and she's been crying. And crisis of consciousness space. She suddenly had a sudden thing. But then the thing was, a week later, her new boyfriend had dreadlocks. I'm not judging him, I'm just saying. She went from a crisis of consciousness to then it being, not being even worse, but being even more, outside of her realm of non-sinning. Funny enough, and then the other day, I was thinking about the guy that she hooked up with after me, and we're talking 2000, so we're talking 23 years ago. The guy that she hooked up with after me with the dreads, he happened to live in a giant house with my sister and her boyfriend 5 years later. And then 17 years later, happens to be a regular at a Tex-Mex restaurant that I work at. And I was always just randomly giving him tequilas. And then I thought about him a week ago, and I'm skateboarding back from Musenberg, and he happens to be walking down the road with his surfboard. So I walk like this, and he comes from the beach, and we just both happen to be walking next to each other. And I'm like, yeah, I thought about him, so there he is. And that's how my life synchronizes. So that was a long story about the pastor's daughter getting guilty conscious, blah, 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 and then breaking up with me, and then a week later together with some other dude who's, Anyway, it was weird from my point of view, the part where the daughter and the dad are crying. Because she got it off her chest and he's forgiven her. And I feel like an idiot. Basically, I feel like an absolute idiot. Like, okay, so I'm going to go now. It was weird. The Orphan Barbara story about church and, And then her brother, this is all connected, her brother went to the prom, the matric dance, with a later girlfriend's best friend that I met at a comedy club. So now all my relationships, that's all it was. So it would be like, oh, I went out with her brother happens to be the best friend of this girl who went out with my best friend. And we're talking like, not in the same school or the same town, we're talking like a huge area. It's also, although if I look into the Akashic records, it's all just soul group stuff. We're just concluding our relationships with each other. As aspects of myself. Concluding its relationship with itself. Aspects. Is that DNA? Is that DNA? Yeah. Ashley, thank you so much for the rose. Invisible cords, exactly. People are like, you should cut your cords. I'm like, no, I'm not cutting my cords. Or when I cut my cords, I use those cords. I yank on them for no reason. Yes. Well, not try. Yes. Guilt is, it's weirdly. Although, it's very dynamic, because think about it, if it's all you, guilt is dumb, but if it's all you, guilt is clever. In other words, you could always be better, right? Therefore guilt. I'm guilty that I didn't do something better in a scenario for myself that I should have. As opposed to my relationship with myself polarized in my environment with others. This has all actually changed my life. Bless you, Crystal. I'm very, 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 very excited about, because I can see where everyone is, and then how we're all helping each other. Because to have this concentration of adepts in a live regularly, we're all freaking enhancing each other just by chilling with each other. It's hectic. And the knock-on effects you're only going to see like 2 weeks from now, like 4 months from now. How do you cut cords? The best way is to imagine a samurai sword. I like that. And you just cut it. You can picture where the cord is and you like spin it around, cut it. I was in a relationship with a girl who was a bit dilly. You know, get dilly girls. No, gosh, she was autistic. I didn't care, but the point is she was, she's dilly, okay, as far as I'm concerned. And we were in a relationship for like 5 months or so. You know, obviously like a physical relationship. So we had cords. And the one day I was like, this is bullshit. She's fucking crazy. I don't like her. Just one day I was like, fuck this shit. And I was with her. We were at the mall, I think. And I was like, she's nuts. Why am I wasting my time with this person? I mean, right there and then I was like, fuck this shit. So we were walking, and I pictured going and just fucking cutting a cord. And as I did it, her head just like swung around. She looked at me. She was like this. She's like, submission. So it's freaking real, basically. She sensed it. Another day and a half. We never saw each other again. We were both very selfish. I think that's what it was in the end. And both narcissists, simultaneous, and empaths, and we could read each other. So when she was acting the way she was acting, it was her version of what she said I was, which would offend me. But then at the same time, me and her, from a higher self point of view, were holding the whole planet at ransom, because what we were doing to each other, the whole planet would have been forced to do to itself. So each individual would have gone, hey, and then pulled back, and then you might have noticed a theme in the last year, 6 months. Humans withdrawing and then going, hey, this is all me, I've been lying to myself. Basically renegotiating your relationship with yourself and others. That's been happening recently. Things have been brought into focus. Any advice on lucid dreaming? I did it once, but it was scary. So do you want to astral travel where you can, when you're awake, you can leave your body and then go and check things out? Or do you want to actually lucid dream where you're dreaming and it's more clear than here and you can control the dream? Those are two different things. Or they're two different access points. The one where you dream lucid, you just set intent before you go to sleep. Say, I'm going to lucid dream again tonight. And then the other one, you lie down. You must. And it's funny, I was actually, look at this girl. So she's got her hands up here, but she's also got other hands over here. So you'll notice a lot of times, like Shiva will have 2 sets of hands. You know, spiritual beings will have more hands. The other hands represent your spiritual hands, your astral body, which is more real than the physicality, actually. So you lie down with your eyes closed, and you picture your hands lifting up. Not your hands. Your hands must lie by your side. But you picture your spiritual hands literally lifting up and grabbing onto a rope that's hanging above you, and then just pull yourself gently out of your body. But you must use your imagination. You can separate your astral body from your physical body that way. And no, it's never dangerous. If when I'm out of my body, can things possess me? No. That's an old, weird, spiritual beliefs, which were just said to dissuade people from doing it. Yes, I had memories of 3 situations in the same time. You're going to start meeting yourself now. Meaning you co-incarnated a lot. But the last thing that occurred to us is that we're all the same person, same being. Oh, God made souls. Okay. Which is something you have to believe initially, that there's difference in others. And eventually you let go of all of that. And then you can start to meet other parts of yourself and reconcile energetically. It's pretty rad. Because everything I'm saying is, yes, true, who cares? But where we are now, the golden age, it vibrates with that. Every moment is pollinated with more awareness. You know, a bee, they get these bees, carpenter bees. Yeah, carpenter bees. White lace and promises. So you get carpenter bees. They will fly to a flower, and then they will change their buzz to a B minus. And that resonance will cause the flower to pop its pollen. Same with this reality. When you resonate a certain way, you resonate the pollen dark age. We are now resonating in a way that pops the place into a golden age. Yeah, the best return method is to go, I'm scared, straight back into your body. Or, can I go to the moon? In your body. As soon as you have doubt, you'll pop back straight back into your body. Any negative vibration, doubt is a negative vibration. So if you go, could I? Back on your body. What if I'm going to do that? You'll pop straight back into your body in the astral realm. Good morning, Buzz. Hope you are having a beautiful day. But I know you're in South Africa. Are you Cape Town based, Buzz? Starlight, you genius, freaking genius. Sorry, I love that. That you think in those terms. I love that you do that. Now all your parallels are thinking of you, Starlight. What you do for all your parallels do for you. Now, seriously, Starlight. It's all I value in this world. Spiritual intelligence. Everything else is nonsense. Do it, Crystal. Mind Palace. Are you Cape Town? Rad. So now just work with simultaneous equations. All is self. What you do for other does for you simultaneously. Before there was like a that systematic, before effect cause. Now stuff meet your stuff. That's a high vibration. It's 11th and 12th dimensional. But live there. Meet yourself. Like everything is you. Not talk to yourself all the time. If they have any candles. Are you thinking of adopting? It's faster. It's simultaneous. Instant. Starlight. Star bright. Simultaneous. You hold true that reality is God. You hold true that you're God, and that you're meeting yourself in real time. And whatever you think, it is. Whatever you hold true, it is. It doesn't have to sequence into position anymore, because all you're going to do is jump to the timeline where it's already presented. Get loosey-goosey with it. Why don't you make your life the lucid dream? That's what we're doing. Okay, I hear what you're saying. That's cool to do, eh? Volunteer time to go hang out at the shelter. What a wonderful thing to do. Very sweet. I love you. I love that. Facilitating happiness and joy for others. DBC, I hear you. But the meow meows are beautiful. They're the best. Animals are the best. Blue Door, they really want us. They really want us out of this little corner we've painted ourselves, or we had painted ourselves into. And so, in the same way that if you interact with someone, they vibrate better, they're better off, their world's better off. And the aliens. Also, they're making. Bashar started the contact teachings now. Because they're going to make contact in 2026, 2027. And so, some of us are being, including yourself, I think, are being, first contact specialists. We're being educated as first contact specialists. Bashar is that. Bashar's family, actually, multiple generations, that's all they do. Contact specialists with new civilizations that are being brought into the fold, so to speak. Yeah, but the grief work is so important, Barbara. At the core of grief is the belief that something did something to me and that I'm not worthy of love. Something did something to me and I'm not worthy of love. I did something to me and I must give myself the love I'm looking for. Trauma gone. Boom. But there's lots of modalities stacked on top of that on how to release your trauma. Okay, you're the puppet. Now tell me how you feel about yourself. What do you think? What do you think about it? Which one? Oh, did you have a visit? No ways. Yo. Anything interesting you want to tell us, Bridol? I just had to look into it just to make sure that they were good. Because sometimes you get beings misrepresenting themselves. They didn't misrepresent. They were great. I saw that video as well. Brilliant, Blue. Brilliant. Well done. Yeah, you're not supposed to. And they're listening to us now. They're going to monitor you now to see what you do. You should do, Blue. I'd do. I'd walk in and out of a room twice, just to be weird. Because but then if you're being monitored the whole time, I do that. I'll be say this is me not in my normal day, and I know I'm being monitored. Yeah, I froze on purpose. And I can sit like that for half an hour. I'm like, if they watch, I wonder what they're thinking right now. They're probably like, my machine's not working. Get the remote viewers to look at him quickly. And the remote viewer's like, no, he's pretending to be still. Are you sure? Yeah, because the remote viewers can read my intent. So they'll tell them, no, he's pretending to be still. He's pretending to be frozen. Fucking, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, this is hilarious. It's like, you're in the mind of God, layers and layers of self. It's like, in all of this, in all of these stories and all these needs and wants and happinesses and sadnesses, and then there's me. Or I'll walk through a room, and then as I step through the doorway, I'll walk backwards as if I just walk, and then I'll carry on, and then I'll walk forward as if, and I'll act like it's normal. Like, you guys want to monitor me? I'm going to mess with your heads. But then I end up getting, the whole idea is to get them to laugh, the viewers. Like, I'm trying to get them to laugh. Like, there was a room that used to watch me, like a CIA, under the mountains, they used to watch me, because I was shifting realities. Well, they figured out that I was an anomaly I was one of 10 anomalies that was responsible for shifting timelines and shit. So they were watching me, and my whole thing was to entertain them so that they would all laugh. And then almost, like, when you make someone laugh and you laugh with them and then you're suddenly serious. So the whole idea was to get them to laugh, and then me go still, and then they lose track of me, and then, because then they all of them know that I know, and that I have control over them. made me invisible. Blue Door, do you want your memories? I gave you a quick way of just... You can make yourself invisible, but they made her invisible. But you have vibration, your breath. You're going to discover all of that magic later. You're basically limitless. And so you can definitely breathe at a certain frequency, breathe at a certain pace. Basically control your vibration and synchronize, so that you apparently disappear. It'll look like it's the equivalent to disappearing. That is so cool, Ricky. Piece it together, yeah, do that. Keep piecing it together like that. But you can also do this. You say this. You go, Blue Door. You go, if I was them and I wanted to block my memory, what dynamic would I use? Because first of all, you're God. The Blue Door, the girl that you are, is overridden by the fact that you're God. So you've got cheat codes. If I was God, how would I explain to myself how to liberate my memories? You've got that. You've always got that card. Never forget that. You've always got that. You can always pull out that card and go, listen, I'm God, fuck you. Override everything. This is what's going to take place next. You are never not in charge, Blue Door. I'm feeling a bit ephemeral and ungrounded today. You go, if I was to ground myself, what's the best way? And then answer yourself. And then you do that and you ground yourself. You go, step aside, universe, I'm in charge. Because you are. You can play along with others. You can dance with them and let them pretend you're negotiating yourself. But at the end of the day, you make the final decision. You take that power. You take it out of the air and you give it to yourself. It's a gift you're going to give to yourself. Confidence in your knowing. Like, I don't know, can I? Yes. I don't know, I'm shy. Just do it. Take your authority back. This guy's like, what if God was sick and tired of not having a partner? This God is... But spiritual shampoo, yeah. Look at something quickly. Yo, shampoo, if I look into your energy, you got this dichotomy where if and when a guy loses himself in you, like say a guy likes you now, he wants to date you now, and then he doesn't know what he's dealing with. He thinks he's dealing with a girl, and he thinks he likes her. You hate him. Yeah, I know, but you hate him for that. You want a guy who's like, I know I'm you, you me, we're in a relationship together, don't you dare. It's funny, so he's always going to keep you on point. If he doesn't, you hate him. You hate him for that. I don't blame you. Fuck him. The guy that doesn't get it. And the guy that then loves you, but he's not loving, that's not real love. That's your understanding of reality completes me, so therefore I'm gonna give attributes of it's your appearance or your hair that I like, or I'm in love with your voice, or that kind of bullshit. But it's actually the energy that you're completing in them. And when someone gets it, then you can doubt what is it that they want about me? Why do they like me? And then half the time they're being not spicy, but they're not putting up with your lower self's nature. Which is what every girl wants. Now I'm just thinking, I'm scanning your space going, where is there a guy that can fulfill that? I'm like, there isn't, sorry. You don't have, right now, unfortunately, too many guys that would fulfill that will just go and love you, but the wrong way. You know, the wrong way, meaning, I love you, eat your flowers, I hold your hand, I think about you all day until I see you again. That's not love. That's codependent trauma bonding bullshit. Like, the guy will rather please you than be authentic with himself because he loves you. Bullshit. And that's nonsense. And then if he doesn't, half the time he's doing his own thing and doesn't. And if you want to be silly, then he'll say things like, "Grow, act your age, not your shoe size." And then, unfortunately, in that phase, you were just trying to be cute to have fun, just to have for fun. No, we can't take ourselves seriously all the time. And then he might be in a serious phase. So even the perfect guy isn't going to work out, really. It will, but it won't, but it will, but it won't. And I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to you. Because from now on, it isn't part of your thing. And you can go have a relationship, but it'll be one of those. Either the guy will fall in love with you. And that's when I say fall in love, I mean, it's a curse. Where your variables overwhelm him. I do that. Immaculate manifestation. Do that, you genius. Do that. Immaculately pull him from another universe. Some guy rocks up in your room, like with an electric field around him, like, teleported there naked from some other universe. He's like, what's happening? You're like, I manifested you. You're like, it was my honeymoon. I was on honeymoon and suddenly there was this alien in my room and a blue lightning and now I'm here. I'm scared. And you're like, don't be scared. You're like, I manifested you myself. You can't steal people from the, other universes. That doesn't count. It is. It's a manifestation. I like being alone. Well, a year ago, no way. It's at the moment. The moment you're alone, but then a year ago you didn't enjoy it. Yeah, but it is DVC. It is what it is. It is what it is. The time you take investing in yourself, the other person reflects it. See, it's the gravity of the self-defining. Do you define yourself by the relationship or not? So in a relationship, or in you relating to reality, it's the same conversation. If you don't want to learn here, whatever you don't want to learn here, you'll learn there. And then shampoo, my base self, my male, my typical guy with no spiritual thingy, when it comes to you, all I want to say is like this, what a waste. What a waste. Meaning when a really pretty nice girl is single, who's funny and spiritual, I'm like, what a waste. If I had like triplet cousins or whatever, I'd send them your way. There's a girl who works at the cannabis shop near me. She's also like so nice, also very single, also highly aware of her value. And she'll straight up say, listen, I'm not going to hook up with that guy because I've got so much to bring to the table and he's got nothing to bring to the table. And I can't fix myself if I'm perfect. This is what she says. And I just shake my head, look at her and I go, what a waste. And she laughs. It is a total waste. What a waste. It's like, are you using that? No. Okay, well, send it my way, that kind of thing. Wish I had a twin brother. I could always clone. But then the clone's not going to work out well. He ages fast. You get him, you get a, for 6 months you have to raise him. You get a perfect 1 year with him and then you have to like start changing his old man diapers. I figured out how to clone myself, but I only lived for 2 years. It must be terrible, shampoo, dating. Guys. You want to start a cult and you want to be the leader and you want a choice of guys. You want to have like 40 guys to choose from. That way you're not trying to fix them, you are fixing them. And you can pull it off, eh? Say, listen, singing bowls. I just picture you every night around the campfire, like giving 4 guys roses. You have made it to the finals. Now you have to mud wrestle to the death. Whoever wins can draw me a bath. That's it. and I need to be left alone for the rest of the night. And all the guys are like, oh, okay, bye goddess. Okay, and you're like, okay, whatever. Eventually it's too much. You're like, the guys are annoying me. Doesn't someone want to ask them to leave? That'll happen. Shampoo. Well, why didn't you tailor make the dude? Tailor make him. Make him rich, make him funny, charismatic, you know. And then just smile all day long like you're waiting to bump into him. And then watch. You'll bump into dudes exactly like you thought about. Like practical magic. Dating must be awful. It must be hectic. Worst case scenario, you know, you like her. Great. You know, best case scenario was a waste of a night. Worst case scenario, now you want to see her again. Sounds like drugs. You know, and it's like, oh, I miss her. Oh, I hate missing things. The best relationship is a nightmare. You know, what if they change their minds and upset me? What if they don't want something? What if they don't like me anymore? What if they cheat? What if I cheat? What if it's not perfect? What if I take it for granted? What if they take it for granted? What if... When did it happen, Shampoo? And how long were you together for? Age means nothing. Because age, I mean, oh wait, forget I said that. Age does mean something. You're talking 18 years and older, right? So yes, it does. It means a lot. I think reality should be age restricted. So like, you're not allowed to touch the internet until you're 18. And 18-year-olds and below aren't allowed to interact with anyone. I suppose you have to get educated somehow. But I think reality should be freaking age restricted. So you met last spring, went on 2 dates. That's a hectic one, Shampoo. The one that's struggling to let go. Yeah. But that's not the divorce, is it? Hectic. That's pretty cool. As in the 13-year gap. That's not too long. And then as you get older, then it's not as long, you know. But even when you're young, if you were 33 and a 20-year-old, I don't see anything wrong with that. Although they treat 20-year-olds like they're still teenagers. Oh, hectic, Shampoo. Pretty impressive, Shampoo, that you can love like that again. You know what I mean? Rick, I hear what you're saying. Some people are there. Some people are not going to have intimate relationships again. The relationship with yourself, it's the best relationship you're ever going to have. The other one is a mirror of it. And we were just the way we flowed. We were raised on romantic songs and holding hands, you know, walking down the road feeling complete. But that wasn't. We are complete individually and by ourselves. And so a lot of people, that's more real than the relationship. Therefore, why go get in a relationship, waste my time when I could just be in a real relationship with myself? It takes too many years to figure it out. It can, AD. Hectic. DBC, yeah. And it's the common thing now. And I love it because now the birth rate, for the first time in human history, is going to... It's a 2.1 last year. That's enough to kill humanity. I mean, not kill it, just slowly drop its numbers. More than possible, Shampoo. More than possible. But boring. Unless you want to. Now, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's possible. Exactly that, DBC. Someone that can take your piece. Yeah. And the lessons are really self-maintenance. In other words, do you think of your spirit first when doing things? Or do you think of someone else's mind or physicality or your own mind? Or, spirit, your essence, your passion, your spirit. Do you think of spirit, your non-tangible, truer self before stepping forward with a belief or a thought or an idea or an activity? So shampoo literally read my mind there. I didn't say it out loud, but I was going to say, yeah, 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 yeah. So Can I get a guy named Harry? Crystal, Harry. What is your grandfather's name on your dad's side? Yeah, what was your was? It's passed on. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Shampoo. I know exactly what you're saying. Then why don't you? I don't know. What about? I don't know. I was gonna say like no. What about like no? I don't say polyamory, but what about that, Shampoo? Do you need to be in a relationship? No. Because if you think about it, if you had to tailor make your relationship, Shampoo, meaning it was on your terms only, what would you do? If everyone is you, what would you actually want? Would you actually want a friend? Would you actually want one individual who you share everything with? Would you want are you like attracted to some guys in certain ways and not in other ways? Would you want to use a guy for a certain something, and that something isn't physical, it could just be for a psychological relationship. If you were alone in eternity, how would you utilize people? Okay, you want that, you want that, you want that. Laughing and running into 7-Eleven together and best friend, partner, got you. Well, I got basically. Yeah. And you deserve that. That's why when you say the other guy, I'm like, no, forget him. There's a person like that, exactly what you're looking for. It's similar to Bree's white-haired dude. I know you are. And it exists. He's there. You just stick to your thing. You stick to your thing and he's going to rock up. It's going to be one of those pleasant surprises. You're going to look up from one of your singing bowls and he's going to be looking at you going like this. You're going to know him straight away. John, does he? Who knows? Maybe he'll himself. That's hectic, being psychic. I know why you like him. Literally, I do. And it's that. And I got away with it and it's accurate. I know why you like him. I wish this wasn't thingied. I wish we could guarantee that this was 18 and above and that it wasn't on TikTok. Because then we'd be all adults. I could be hilarious if I had to just say what pops into my mind. I do. I just don't know if I can commit to wanting that. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Rick. Can someone really be a black widow? Absolutely. No. D, what did you say before that, though? I think something might be missing. But then, in a way, you could be single, in a way. Like, what are you looking for? Like, if you're, okay, are you looking for some kind of physical, and then there's now within physical, there's the act, but then there's affection, and then there's so much in between that. What are you actually looking for? As an individual, a lot of people don't know. They're like, oh, I think I want to get a relationship. Why? Well, actually, I just want my back tickled. It's all I want. Some people are literally like that. Like, listen, I don't want all that, Some people are like, no, I need it 4 times a day because I need to feel alive. Every human is different. So if an individual just stops and sits with themselves and goes, what do I actually want from something else? Do I need it? Do I need my back tickled? Do I need that physical thing? Or can I sort it out for myself? And am I really sorting it out? Or am I still hungry for human contact, you know? Like Japan, you can pay someone just to hug you. Pay them just to hold you for a bit. Here's my 20 yen. Hold me and tell me I'm liked. I'm serious, so Japan has that. So if you actually as an individual stop, take 50 steps back, say, what do you really want and need? And what do you pay for it? Because you can negotiate a tailor-made relationship. You can say, listen, I don't want that, I want this. I want this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every other days you shut up, and on 4 days from now, you know, we're all going to be pouring olive oil on each other. But don't you dare look at me for the next 2 weeks. There's people like that. I mean, I know with myself, I've got 10 days of the month where I'm like a different person. And the rest of the month is like, God, people are stupid, leave me alone. And then for those 10 days, I'm like, you know what we should do? Start a cult. Sex cult. But then other times I'm like, stupid. So now what do you do now? How do you go and facilitate it? You don't. So now other individuals are going to be the same. You guys are going to be like, listen, I want 3 people of the opposite sex to hug me on Thursdays. And then don't you dare talk to me after that. There's people like that. That's all I need. I need a hug from 3 people at the same time. And then that's it. I'm fine for the rest of the year. Feeling safe and protected, spiritually nourished, loved and accepted by someone other than me. Wow. What a beautiful way of saying it. And then I don't know. I'm a guy. How do I know? I don't know. I don't know if I was in an actual female body now. I'm sensitive to the universe's oneness. If I can find a guy who loves me, I can feel the whole universe loving me through him. Now, as I said that, girls are like, yeah, don't you know that? I'm like, no, guys don't know that. And girls are like, yeah, we can feel, I don't know. Oh, we never thought of it that way. Suddenly girls are like, yeah, we can kind of sense everything. We never realized it. We were always ridiculed for being girly. Girly meaning we can sense everything, so we act this way. And then guys are like, oh, I can't sense everything, so I act this way. And guys can tease us half the time, so we feel insecure, so we act submissive. That for a giant group of that populace, not saying for everybody. So the more we discuss this, the more we realize ourselves. Yeah, I hear what you said, 5%, but 10% no, but 80%, okay, cool. Harry Potter. Grandfather was Peter. I just got Harry for some reason for you. Yeah, exactly. Microdosing. More specific, very great. Brilliant, TBC. Make it very specific. What's a room? Oh, hectic, really? Shampoo? But microdosing, you know, like a half a gram or a gram, very healing. Now I think like you get different types, and like golden teachers show you how energy triangulates and stuff. They're golden teachers. You see, D, I said that before your words came up. Okay, so we said it at the same time. Okay, good. Yeah, they are the best. They're the same ones in Sonic. Jim Carrey ends up on a planet. Those are all golden teachers. To me, you can follow thought patterns. When you're on them, you can see how the mind triangulates itself. And then you can see how truths are refined. You can follow the mind around and see how it works. You can follow the ley lines of energy. Golden teachers, basically. Like, why are trees shaped that way? Oh, because the sun is the light illustrated through cymatics. So there's the pattern of sound and the pattern of light. And then there's the cross-pollination of these ideas. That's reality. Wow. I don't feel anything. With my friend, I don't feel anything. I'm accessing my genome right now. I can see inside the DNA strand. Who can reciprocate what I've given? They really are wonderful teachers. No, they are. They really are. Because then you get the other ones like, you get other ones that are just more intense. Golden teachers are nice. They do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, the DNA strand, exactly. Well, I did 4 grams once. And then saw right through everything. So the Milky Way was a giant jellyfish. I actually accessed like our alien DNA, where I could actually shapeshift into like I could breathe my hand into a giant lion claw. Like I could actually hear like a roar on like a subatomic level. And my actual hand turned into like a giant thing. I was like, whoa. And then I basically reversed it. But I could see what our potential... whenever I did that stuff, I could see what the human potential was if we don't do the substances, if we access the stuff naturally. The human is a starter pack. Okay, I looked into the 22 different root races that have contributed to our DNA, all that kind of stuff. Looked at what they are as civilizations. And you can imagine the combination of 22 unbelievable civilizations in one being, where their technology is in our DNA. What aliens do with technology, humans do with our thoughts. I don't need a spaceship if I can instantly arrive in the universe that I'm thinking about. That's a Palladian incarnation that you focused with the husband with the wings part. I didn't even know Palladians had wings. Oh, there's hundreds. Oh, there's different permutations of the Palladians. So a Palladian is like just saying abstract 7D alien. There's different expressions of them based on different constellations and different in the Palladi star systems. I didn't know that. And you were like a fairy being. There's this. I can see him sitting on the stairs, and you are like floating above the ground, and you're touching his nose. It's at He's at a temple, somewhere in the Palladi somewhere, and you've gone to visit him, and he's sitting on the stairs of the temple, and you're fluttering above him. You just touch him on his nose. There's that. I thought I was an angel or something and sang with healing sounds. We've got many different journeys. This is what I picked up right now. We've been lots of things. Crazy, Eric. And you've seen is it the second X-Men or the third one? The third one. Or the dude happens to have wings. And he happens to weigh 217 kilograms. Lots of your lifetimes, okay. And that's all the Jewish culture was built on. The Jewish high priest has a hat? That's a mushroom. The Jewish culture is a mushroom culture. It's it. So you say, oh, you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-mushroom, basically. In other words, if me and my friends wanted to start a gang and we did shrooms every weekend, we would create Judaism. I promise you. That's what it is. The Kabbalah, the tree of life. Where do you think the tree of life is from? Fucking take 10 grams and ask the rabbi what he thinks. I'll ask the rabbis. They'll be like, yeah, this is where it comes from. Jesus was a mushroom. The movie didn't help me with how bad I want wings. Sorry. Because he still cuts his wings off, doesn't he? No, he flies eventually. Mm-hmm. But that's what it was based on. That's what it was based on. My Brothers is based on, yeah. So your whole world is that. In fact, if you look into the Akashic records, it's called the Acacia records because the acacia bush is a source of DMT. It's like, hi guys, we found technology. Why is it illegal? Because we don't want every single being. No, it's true. Although it's legal now, it's what I mean. Humans are growing up. Everything's legalizing. In fact, they got like cool studies going on to do with like PTSD and stuff and like healing and the Beckley Institute. Earlier when we were talking about exes and stuff, the trauma bond of my life, the one that you trauma bonded, she was a Kennedy. She married a Beckley. So I know my life's bullshit. It's like you went out with Kennedy, now the Beckley. Because the Beckley Foundation in England is the one that does all the experiments with DMT and stuff. So I'm like, yeah. So she never existed, neither does he. And he happens to, the husband, happens to look like my best friend that I did all the vision quests with. It's like, come on, universe, create an original character. Everybody can't look like Howie Mandel. They all look like Howie Mandel. It's legal now, like in chocolate. Exactly. Most states, South Africa, like the 420 is legal. And you have to have that in dried form to be illegal, the shrooms. If it's still wet, it's legal. I've had my friends, the court will order the friends to, basically the cops had to give it back to them. How dare you steal their, undried mushrooms? Only in its dry, only in its potent capacity is it illegal. Oregon must be lovely. I like the idea of Middle America. Or is it lower middle? No. I think to the side. East, lower east, Middle East, side to the Middle East. Exactly. Oh, Oregon's waiting grey, yeah. I like those places. Where was the Goonies filmed? Is Indiana gloomy? Indiana nights on them Indiana with them Indiana girls. Oh my, oh hell yeah. Girl put on that party dress. It was too hot when I'm home alone. Then I had to stay home. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to ease the pain. Goonies was great, eh? It was really, really, really good. Which song? The one Last Dance with Mary Jane? Indiana Jones with them Indiana. Oh my, oh hell yeah. Oh, Rick, would you do that? Brilliant. Now, as soon as you get your money, you let me know, hey? The knowledge that you got the money is more valuable than the money to me. I get to laugh, walk down the road laughing. Brilliant. Make a wish. That's brilliant, Spiritual Shampoo. I love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I love that song. I love Kim Basinger. At the time, when she was in the music video, it was 91, I think. And then I think in 92, 91. In 91, I think she was in My Stepmother's an Alien. I really enjoyed that movie. Also played a song in Role in Your Life. That's rad. That is so cool, Shampoo. I wonder if he made me sing the song. If he maybe made the connections. It's such a silly thing for me to ask. Obviously, it's all connected. Oh, yeah, Sharon, gift girl. Oh, funny, Rick. Yeah. No, I'm already, Rick, knowing everyone here who's half spiritual. I promise you guys are more valuable to me. I mean it. More valuable than $100 million. I only care about this. If you give me my bowl of soup, my mattress to sleep on, and I don't care about anything else, then this. And so if I have other people who care and know this stuff and are smart and spiritually enlightened, it's all that matters to me. Everything else is a sideshow. So yes, money and nice things are going to rock up because it's a reflection of your abundance. But you individuals caring and sitting with me, we just spent the last 3.5 hours talking about the nature of reality and God and each other and spirit, and you people are the fucking best. Excuse my language. I love you. Your core spirit, your meat puppets running around, putting effort into this and hanging. God! I've lost jobs because this is all I want to do. I wake up in the morning, my friends are like, listen, let's go get stoned, hang out in the field and talk about reality. And I'll be like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, but you got work. I don't care. I've gotten jobs I just don't go to. It's like, you start your first day today. Yeah, or I can go and sit in a field, or I can go walk up a mountain. Hey, we can go visit this new Buddhist temple. This is all I do. 23 years of this. And I'm in this position where I've got you people, wonderful friends. Shampoo, the best. Shampoo, maybe consider being like a sister wife. My wife's interviewing girls at the moment. She's looking for a sister wife. You won't have to do chores or anything. Okay, brilliant. I'll set up the interview. Rad. I'll start working out as well. Because you're much prettier than me. So I'm going to start. And she's very pretty, you know. She's very pretty. And also, I'll get back into shape. You see me when I'm in shape. I've got a really nice body and stuff. I cut my hair nice. And I won't talk weird. I look like a man. I'm selling myself to Shampoo. I act like a man. When I'm around you, I'll be in character all the time. Yeah. I'll even pretend to get frustrated with you. You know, so you know I care. I can tell you I love you, but unless I show you. Awesome. Do that. Cool. So I need to go though in the near future. Yeah, it's 3 hours. I was going to log off after 2 hours. This is addictive. It really is. So if you can't, like, what do you guys do for a living? How do you have time to be here? You know, don't you have, like, to sleep and go to work and stuff? Actually, Shampoo, I'd like to turn the weird volume right up. Have you seen that one thing of the werewolf kid? He's like, shit's weird. Shit's gonna get weird. I'm gonna make it weird. He still says, I'm gonna make it weird. No, Shampoo. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be logging off then in the next like 10 minutes. Yeah, but there is that thing. There is that thing, Shampoo. It is there. But again, I would say that anyway, even if there wasn't. I'd be like, yeah. Yeah, I love it. Shampoo, like all kinds of like, you're like, I can feel like there's like a twin, like brother sister energy. I'm like, yeah. You know, and guys, I can tell you whatever you want and whatever you want to hear. Like, yeah, I think so too. I had a dream we were meditating together. And you're like, really? I'm like, no. So what do you want from me? I'm like, oh, there we go. There it is. Sagittarius. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to go soon. Yeah, actually now's a great time. Actually, I must log off now. It's been 3 hours and 33 minutes. They're the best. Sagittarians are the best. I can't help it. Someone tells me they're Sagittarian. Every time they say it, I picture their tail lifting up. You know what happens after a horse lifts its tail up. Great to see you again, Champion. I'm going like today. I went live earlier, which makes it easier. Great, easy. So a Sagittarian knows what I'm talking about. I'm a Sagittarian. I'm like, oh. And I just see a horse's tail lifting up. Plop, 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 plop. Plop, plop. Plop, 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 plop. Okay, cool. On that thought, I'm gonna go, Barbara, no ways! To the gathering of the Sagittarians. Half men, half horse. And ladies, no! Shut up! Half men, half horse. So we're actually allowed, we're encouraged to go number 2, standing up. What are you doing standing on the toilet? I'm going number 2. I got a theory about being a Sagittarian. Plop, plop, plop. You missed the toilet. I missed the toilet. Hit the room. Anyway, I'm leaving you with that spiritual imagery. That's how we conclude today's gathering of spiritual titans. No, dude, DBC, I was just about to say that. I was literally about to say, guys, I was going to say that. I was going to try and get, like, seriously, guys. Sincere. Calm. I value you all so very much. So really, beyond love, mwah, le moi. Oh no, it's my wife. What happened? No, I French kissed someone today. I said le moi. You know, the point is, yeah, really, guys. Really. Take me seriously. I love you all very much. You're God's gift to this planet. I'll give it to her later. So then she's gonna say, so when you talk about where did you tell him to kiss me? I'm like, she did. She said I must give you a kiss. And then, that's a blank check as far as I'm concerned. I can kiss her anywhere I want. Cool. I'm gonna go now. before you correct me. But seriously, guys, you guys are the titans. This world is a golden age, and it's occurring very clearly to the golden. Look at the world leaders. They can't even bullshit us seriously anymore. You guys are the responsible for that. The thing is, as a half joking guy, half the time, I can picture someone who would say this to people. But then I'm actually the thing. I'm actually the God who knows what I'm gathering the chosen ones, or the ones that have chosen themselves. You know how nice this is? I cover myself in a charlatan cloak, because I'm not a charlatan. I'm the guy in the crowd going around going, don't listen to him, don't listen to him, don't listen to what he's saying, he's lying, he's making this shit up. Okay, cool, going now, I'm leaving. Arrivederci, sayonara, wiedersehen, tot ziens, bye-bye. Stay amazing, everybody. This literally feels like saying goodbye to a family member now. I don't want to leave you guys. It's addictive. It's like, get out of the swimming pool. Just one more lap. No, it's time for class now. Swimming's over. I'm still doing backstroke. Get out of the pool, Garth. No, hang out with my friends. Okay, cool. Logging off now. Crystal, seriously. I'll miss you guys until tomorrow. Bye.